birthday. Because I was thinking, anyone whose birthday is today, I think people like that are so special because it's a leap year. And your birthday comes, what, every 4 years?
The youngest.
That's so special. The youngest people. Give me an agbaya though, but love that for you. Morning, people. It is Thursday, the 29th of February. And as always, you are tuned into TDA, the day after. The home of popular culture. You can have 1 day off, child. 1 day off. You're tuned into TDA, the day after, the home of popular culture, as defined by the culture. Also, we are your favorite news platform, okay? Because I know a lot of people don't watch the news. And I love that for you, because you can just watch us. You know what I mean? But you are hosted by the best people, as always, which I am one of them, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right, man. That is right. You have 1 day off. A lot happens in the world, child. It's so crazy. It's life. Anyway. Brent, how are you, sir?
I am blessed. Thank you very much. Morning. Good morning, Teddy Tibbs. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Everest.
POE. Morning, y'all.
Big up.
Yeah, how are you guys doing there?
Yeah, all good, man. You know, can't complain. Chrissy said my morning felt empty yesterday.
Oh, babe.
To be fair, a lot of people were messaging me like, what's going on? Are you on today? Da-da-da-da-da.
I did not hear when I said we're not on today. I definitely said it. I think people think I joke sometimes or like I'm being shady. I'm dead ass. Like, when I really say things that I mean. No, for real, we weren't there yesterday. But do you know what it is, to be fair? On a normal day, I would have given more explanation. But there was too many people wilding on Tuesday. I don't know what was in the waters. I don't know what was in the oxygen in the air. People were inhaling a few things, a few fumes. And I just thought, do you know what? See what you've done. You've ruined it for everybody else. Everybody else would have got a nice explanation and a nice and sweet, oh, we're not here tomorrow, but we'll see you guys on Thursday. You know what I mean? I would have spoken with manners. But some of you wanted to act up during the show. And then you just... No, you're skinning out, you little whore. You little hoe ass. That is cold today. Where are you going? So guys, Mark's just coming here really short on. Thighs and legs out. Hide your wives. But yeah, man. But no, we did miss you guys though. It is weird not having TD on a day. It's just such a part of... It's such a routine now that it's just... It's weird. It's actually weird. Bro, does it feel weird for you as well?
No.
Excuse me?
No.
You come out here, you don't see our lovely faces, don't feel weird?
No. Sorry. Yes, it felt weird because I got an extra hour sleep.
Okay, yeah.
But
So that's why I feel
obviously,
weird for you.
My day was still occupied, didn't it?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
It didn't feel weird to me because I was still...
Yeah, you're still in your place of work.
Yeah.
I hear it. I went to, I did a HIIT class yesterday morning, yeah. Like, I'm very strong. Like, I'm realizing, I love that for me. I'm seeing, like, what my endurance is like, my strength. It's just a sight to see, honestly, it really is. Like, it's a sight to see. However, I wanted to cry yesterday because I said, what is life? What is it? 7 o'clock in the morning doing burpees. Like, repeatedly, I just felt like, why? Anyway, big up, Joanne. I'm back there tonight. So that's just that. Dr. Marnie says, missed the end of the show and went to the Discord and everything looking for announcement. Oh, so girl, you could have messaged me. I would have replied your message. No, Amani, I really would reply your message anyway, but I'm playing. I'm getting my hair done today. I'm in a great mood.
So, Esther said she's going to...
What did I say?
So,
no, good. I say low things.
She said she's going to dive into conspiracy theories right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it?
She's been activated.
Which one you going for?
You should go for all of them.
All of them, man. Deep in the pool, man.
She's a believer now. She's a believer. Give me everything.
I'm not coming here with dinosaur merch tomorrow.
Can you do all at one time? Like, ain't there one like you're leaning towards?
I feel like the celebrity stuff currently has got me because I'm just like, you said it on Tuesday, like it's February. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just the second month of the year and there's so much.
Yeah, but it's extra. It's long February.
It's one day. And we're only just got to the day today. We're only 8 hours into the day. into the extra day we got.
There's a lot going on.
But I'm very interested. I just don't feel this world is as we think it is.
She said she made you believe everything. She raised
I mean,
everything.
Did that shit guilty as fuck. Word to 50 Cent. I didn't say anyone's name, so everyone can file a lawsuit. But, did that shit.
I hear that.
Looks as it's been claimed,
If it
basically.
looks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Okay, it's a duck. it's a dog, but it's a duck. It's crazy. But I do want to get into, I want to look into like conspiracy theories and stuff.
What's this thing I keep hearing about Kate Middleton?
Oh, Kate.
And
I hope
who's
Kate
that?
comes out with full fringe.
Is that the white that was with the bald guy? The bald
With
royal?
William, Usopp's future king.
Ain't she with him no more?
No, basically, she's been missing for a while. So there's a hell.
Missing.
We haven't seen her.
She's just in the house.
No, she's not. Something ain't right. So either Kate, but someone said maybe Kate got a bad haircut and she's waiting for her fringe to grow out. Someone said maybe Kate got BBL. She's just waiting for it to heal. Someone said this, and it gets dark. So it ranges from like funny haha. People think she might be
Gone. Serious.
but also they can't announce it at the same time because of what Charles is dealing with.
Yeah.
Or they're saying that maybe she's got something else as well. Maybe she's got like a cancer or something. And so, but they can't have too many cancers at once. Everyone's got to take their turn. Right now it's Charles' turn.
But if they give the world a double whammy of cancer,
Oof.
everyone will feel sorry for them though. Even more.
True, and it could raise awareness.
This is it.
But then at the root of it, you always have certain people, certain activists that remind you they're pieces of shit. So,
This is true.
Will it? Someone see Greek says, I believe the Kate Middleton BBL shouts more than I believe the Meek rumors. I tell you, you ain't seen any man that can eat wet chips, yeah.
Oh man.
Any man that can eat wet chips of his ashy, skinny little thighs. and then go to a party with your industry friend in matching gear. They're wearing his and hers outfits. You're telling me. Sorry. No. The internet is cruel. Because you know what it is about, like, back in the day when people did crazy things. I'm actually crying. Oh, gosh. Back in the day when people did crazy things, yeah. Like, you would only get, like, OK Magazine and stuff like that. They get to see themselves get cooked in real time.
Yep.
The memes are endless. It's crazy. It's crazy. Someone had the one where he was freestyling on Diddy's birthday. And as soon as he said fucking, Diddy was like... I just can't. And we're going to talk about Meek Mill and Word of Rage because I'm so shy for him. All this evidence in court documents and he's trying to fight academics. I said, what did academics do?
How come he can't type?
Or Meek, he's slow.
He's got the
what?
He's got the uneducated.
he's got,
He didn't pay attention to school.
yeah.
Crazy though.
He definitely reads at this.
It's crazy.
No, he is so slow. He's so slow.
And how he types, it's as though he thinks that everybody just gets
Gets
what he's
it?
saying.
No, we don't.
To be fair to him though, don't you feel like the majority do that too?
Yeah, but his is just like because his is like with confidence, and he comes across like one of those people. Do you know that Rock Nation brunch picture that just gets circled every year? Do you know that what I'm talking about? Where they're like in this circle and it's him talking, and one of the guys just like, oh,
Yeah.
like, it makes sense because I think he speaks how he types. He speaks how he types because he gave people dreams and nightmares. Let me see next person there. I want to check on. Let me see how Kojo is doing. What's it called? What do you guys know him as? Sid. Because he loves Meek Mill, boy. And see how he's doing. How he's holding up. First Tory lanes. Now Meek Mill. Had a bad year.
Man.
Yeah, he speaks and he acts how he types. Like, even when I remember Nicki's got a song called Barbie Dreams, and it's basically like her just play dissing everybody in. And obviously she went out with Meek and whatnot, right? Well, the court documents let us know that. But when it was Meek's thing, she was like, oh, Meek still be in my DMs. She's like, I was talking about, I used to brave at times like this. But that's how he talks in my mind. That's how he, like, he's slow. Slow. Poor guy. That's why he got. That's why I got. I just think, I like the fact that everyone's focusing on Meek and everyone's leaving Usher.
Why?
Usher's a victim of abuse. Is it right there?
Sorry.
No, he is. He was groomed. Remember Jermaine Dupri dropped him off at Diddy's house when he was 10 years old? And I remember when Kevin Hart was interviewing Usher and Diddy's out here talking about they used to wrestle in the morning. They used to wrestle in the morning. In the morning when Usher would sleep over. Are you waking up wrestling? A man that probably went to sleep naked.
This
Dirty,
is
man.
crazy.
So honestly, crazy stuff. So, yeah, I like the fact that everyone's just kind of, Usher's right now has got his things, his man's got a tour. I'll be honest with you, I'm still be there. Well, if he's allowed to come here, I'm going to be there. But, yeah, man, it's all just...
That reminds me. I saw Marv was talking about this on Instagram, yeah? About the price of Usher tickets.
Yeah. That's what we're living at the moment.
Well, how much you pay for your ones?
160 something? No, 150. 150.
People are paying like 200 something.
Yeah.
What's that for, like the good seats?
But I got a good seat.
How much was my scissor tickets? 100, isn't it?
Yeah, about 100. You don't really chat with this conversation. You're living the same thing.
Where was you seated? Like good place or just
Like
a regular?
decent, like
Okay. Yeah.
all right, yeah, there was all right, yeah.
All right.
Because the concert's expensive. That's why now I only go to people that I need to see.
It's crazy.
Oh gosh, found some stuff about Chris Brown too. Honestly, like, gosh,
What do you mean?
he's in the court documents and all sorts.
Oh, is it on Word on Road?
Yeah, man.
What, related to Diddy?
Yeah, man. It's been on the freak offs.
Diddy got everyone, man.
Everybody.
Basically, just assume.
Everybody that knows that court document is Beyonce and Jay-Z, honestly.
Off of the court documents, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously we're getting into this one more than wrong.
Yeah.
But isn't it just that he mentioned that he slept with Meek?
Yeah.
He showed a video of Stevie J,
Yeah.
but he just mentioned that
Yeah, like he was boasting, like,
Yeah.
like I've said with Usher and Meek.
So
What?
Yeah.
so that's
Allegedly.
that's his hearsay.
So we're gonna get into this in word, innit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's it. He was letting the guy know, like, listen, hey, he was trying to get the guy to sleep with him in it. So he's like to him, listen, stop acting childish, because obviously I'm paraphrasing. Did he hold your hands? He's like, hey, listen, everybody does this. Because basically the guy was a big fan of Stevie J as well. So he said, Stevie J, look, here's Stevie J on the phone with a white guy. With a white guy. And then he says, everyone does this. I've done this. He's like, yeah, like I've slept with Meek, I slept with Usher. So it's not that deep, man. Put your pants down.
That the gunshot.
Oh, that one's interesting as well, yeah.
Yeah, and then he comes out and says, "Hey, everybody in his room, make sure and tell everybody that this
My
guy
name
got
is
shot
going
outside."
this. Can you imagine? It's funny because the guy's lawyer now has spoken up, and we're in a very interesting life as well, where lawyers have Instagrams and they just put stuff out.
Yeah, but it's their
Like,
time.
say for court.
It's their time to come up, though, isn't it?
Yeah, what? You're a lawyer.
Yeah, and they get more clients.
That's true, actually. That's true. But the lawyer basically said how. So with that, yeah, obviously they're saying that it happened in the studio, the shooting happened in the studio, but TMZ and the police document says that it happened outside of the studio. But then, after the lawsuit, the studio it happened at then DM'd the lawyer to say, hey, it didn't happen in our studio. It happened a few blocks away. So he's like, oh, but you guys told the police though that it was outside. So he's like, there's holes in everyone's stories because clearly it's not true. And it happened in the studio, as the guy said. Is the son that's involved, is that Kim's son? Is Justin Combs Kim Porter's son?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe just an older one.
The oldest one, yeah.
Maybe there should be, yeah.
The light skin one.
Gosh. Oh, no.
No, the one that looks like him.
No, Justin's the light skin one, ain't he?
Yeah. So that's not Kim's son. I need to check.
No, it is. It's him and Albie Shaw, innit? Her and Albie Shaw.
Oh,
Something like that.
Albie
Anyway,
needs to rise
I
up.
think.
Because they're getting his son, child. They're getting his son out of here, too.
Whoever's impersonating me in the chat, my last name isn't that.
Yeah, I saw that, man. Who's this punk ass nigga?
Oh no, it's not. It's not Kim's son. Thank God. That's Diddy's son. They had with a woman called Mia Highton or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Someone, what they doing about you, Bren?
Someone's just said Esther looks beautiful this morning, and good morning, people. I'm blessed and highly favored.
They're trying to copy you. Thank you though for the compliments. I love that. But and it's not Brent's AI. Your AI hasn't gone rogue.
No, but that's not how you spell my name.
How do you spell it?
I should tell him so they can correct it.
Oh no, how did the person spell it?
First.
Oh wow, full last name and everything.
Yeah, Brent Cole First. That's not my name.
Yeah, that's a scammer.
I beg you, don't. Nobody block him or her or they. Please let them play.
Okay. You know what? All right.
Is it one of them?
No.
No?
You know damn well. Don't ask me silly questions. You know damn well it isn't. Actually,
no,
there's
there's plenty. There's Z, Zai, Zum.
What, in different languages? They speak in different languages in English. This is the pronouns in English.
Yeah. There's XI and there's ZI. So there's a lot basically. So there could be an it.
Listen, when I went on my training, you lot was acting like you lot are above me. I'm trying. All right then.
Yeah, you did need the training. See, we take comments on board. The man went on the whole training.
Very enlightening.
So, but that's why there was no show yesterday. You had to do express comprehensive course. All right. Well, morning, everybody. Everybody and everybody. All right. Let's get into headlines, please.
All right. So our first headline. Before I go into the headlines, Brent, who tampered with the sign over there? I can't ignore the after. At fair.
It fell down.
Oh.
Somebody picked it up, but I don't think they adjusted it.
Okay. All right. So the first thing, Prince Harry, man, he's in the news, and he was contesting a decision to downgrade his security status when he stopped being a working royal. He argued he had been treated unfairly in the changes to his police protection when he still faced significant security threats. So the Duke is not asking for preferential treatment. This is what his lawyer said after the High Court ruling. But they argue that there has been an unfairness in how decisions were made about his publicly funded police protection. When Prince Harry stepped back from being a working royal and moved to the US, he was no longer automatically provided with the same level of police protection given to the royal family, but instead he had his security decided on by a case-by-case basis in the same way as other high-profile visitors to the UK. Prince Harry's attempt to challenge how this was decided has now been rejected, with the court upholding the actions of the committee that oversees security arrangements for the royal family. Next headline, and the Home Secretary, James Cleverly, has urged pro-Palestine protesters to halt their regular marches, saying that they have made their point. James Cleverly also questioned if the rallies added value to their calls for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The fortnightly protests were not really saying anything new, this is what he said, adding that no MP should feel bullied into changing their stance. And he said this in an interview with The Times. He was accused of seeing the protest as a hindrance by organisers, the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. This is what they were saying. Ben Jamal from the group also hit back, saying that Mr. Cleverly did not seem to be appalled by genocide. And our last headline, not too sure if you guys will find this surprising, but apparently more than half of the Conservative Party members believe that Islam is a threat to the British way of life. This according to a poll that shed light on the hostility with which large parts of the party view the country's second biggest religion. The poll of 521 Conservative members by opinion found that 58% say that Islam poses a threat to this country, double the proportion of the overall population who believes the same. It found out that 52% believe the increasingly prominent conspiracy theory that parts of European cities are under Sharia law and are no-go areas for non-Muslims. The findings give insight into why senior members of the party have refused to condemn the recent comments by Lee Anderson about the London Mayor Sadiq Khan as Islamophobic. They also suggest that the party is shifting to the right on immigration and religion in a way that could prove critical to deciding who will be leader if Rishi Sunak steps down after the election. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into what you're saying topic of the day.
All right, people. So, today's topic of the day, yeah. This may seem like a bit of a silly one, but it can obviously go into very serious territory. And I want to ask you guys' opinion on this, right? So, like, what do you trust your doctor's opinion on? Because you know there's certain things where a doctor may tell you something, you'll be like, I'm not too sure, I'm going to get a second opinion. Or I'm just going to Google and I'm going to trust my gut or whatever it may be. What certain things do you say, you know what, the doctor's right, and over here, the doctor is definitely not right? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you gauge these things as well?
Skin stuff, I don't trust the doctor about.
Okay.
Because one time I had, what did I have? I think it was it psoriasis or something like that anyway. Someone's out here telling me I had what Michael Jackson had. What did Michael Jackson have again? Vitiligo.
Ruby Delago or something.
Ruby who?
That's what it's called. Oh no, that's what Uncle Ruckus has got in it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So what's it called?
Is it vitiligo?
Yeah.
Oh, Vitiligo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's Vitiligo as well.
I didn't have a V. They said I had a V. And I was like, that don't sound right. So certain things, because again, with medicine, they don't use black skin for stuff. Do you know what I mean? So when they know what eczema looks like on, what was the one that kids were having in the nurseries? Not the mumps. What was it?
Don't know when.
Pepsis? Something. There was something that there was a whole pandemic of it with kids in nurseries and stuff, and it was spreading.
It might be mumps.
No, it wasn't mumps. It was like a skin thing. But basically, stuff like that, yeah, like they couldn't tell when black kids have it, because I remember like a lot of black mums and black parents had to be spreading the images online for what it looks like on black skin, because they could only tell what it looks like on white skin. Do you get what I mean? So skin stuff, I ask my black doctors.
Okay.
Because they know what eczema looks like on white skin. They know what this looks like on white skin. They just don't use black skin enough to know what certain skin conditions look like on black people.
So if it was a black doctor though, however, you would take the black person's opinion, because it's like, okay, cool.
I would trust the black. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because they would know. Non-Asian one.
Okay.
A black one.
You talking about measles for children?
No, it wasn't measles. It was.
But I swear it was like one of them things or something like
It was-
mumps or measles. Like one of them old school things came back the other
Yeah.
day.
I think that's recently measles.
Yeah,
did.
recently,
Well,
innit?
maybe,
But I
okay,
don't
maybe it's
think-
measles then. And is that a skin thing? And it looks like your skin is like blistered.
I'm not too sure, you know. But measles definitely came back.
One of them
recently,
old
yeah.
school joints came back kind of
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
People was talking about it. I remember.
Leprosy.
God forbid.
What you said?
You said leprosy.
Oh, gosh.
What's wrong with you?
You said that's too far. But yeah, so skin stuff I don't necessarily trust doctors on.
Is it foot and mouth? Foot and mouth?
Nah.
Okay.
I still don't know what that is. I don't know what it means when someone has put their foot in the mouth. Imagine it.
Well,
Well,
foot and mouth are definitely going around though.
what is foot in the mouth though? What does that look like?
I don't know.
So, bro, do you mind if we get some images up, please?
Yo, no, we don't want to do that in the morning. Star Crow works with doctors.
Yes, Star Crow.
He's one of them male nurses.
Okay.
Okay. Cool stuff. Love that. Big up you.
I thought he was going to elaborate on something, man. I thought he gave his opinion on
No,
something.
I just didn't know he worked with doctors.
Okay.
Yes, I wouldn't put Starker as a medical field guy. He's too much of a joker.
That's how he balances his day, because he deals with a lot of serious situations. Sees
Fair.
a lot of, you know what
That
I mean?
is fair. That is fair. Big up Starker though.
Every time.
Starker him.
Yes. So, Margs, Brent, what about you guys?
I just don't listen to them telling me I'm alright if I know I'm not alright.
Okay, but what does not alright feel like to you?
I
Like,
think. If something ain't normal and they're telling me it's alright, I'm not listening to them.
Word.
And that's it. I don't give a shit. I know I'm not normal. Whatever it may be, something misplaced, funny pain here that I'm not used to, or I don't know, like, because I know my body better than any doctor. I don't give a shit. You get what I'm trying to say? So if I've come to you telling you that there's something wrong, you're not telling me I'm straight. I'm not having that, man. I'm saying no. Something's wrong with me. Like, something's wrong with me. I don't know where we need to look. I don't know what we need to do.
Something ain't
But
right.
something ain't right. And I want to be putting it on record as well. I'm saying we need to
That's
put this on
important,
records
you know.
because if I dead, I need you to lose your job.
No, but you
You
know
know
what?
what I'm
That's
saying?
a very
No.
important
I
thing,
need
though.
I need it noted on my
Yeah.
notes somewhere that I have persistently said
yeah.
something's wrong.
But you know what it is? That's so important, and a lot of people need to demand that. Because I remember when Nicole Thea passed, this pregnant girl, and she had the boyfriend that danced, and they danced and stuff. She had been complaining to them about being breathless, about being all these things, and it turns out that there was a whole medical situation they missed, to be fair. But then because they weren't making notes, they were like, "Oh no, she never told us." But obviously they've got her YouTube where she's said stuff, but they can then she never told us. So it is important for people to actually press them to make a note. Even if you don't think it's that, make a note. Yeah.
Damn shame. Brent, what about you?
Anything that comes from... I just
here we
myself.
go. Yes, I caught you too.
Because
Because I knew where he was going to go. And I thought, crap, I'm not going to get to the mic fast enough.
Whoa! Wait.
Buddy.
Wait.
You're not okay, you
That
know.
bit.
Yeah.
That bit.
Yeah.
Filling the gaps.
It's filled.
Yeah. I happen to have 2 doctors in my family, but they're back home.
Okay.
And when was the last time I went to the doctor? I went to the doctor to...
I was going to say, you've been registered to a GP.
I am. What did I do? I can't remember. I think after I had surgery, I needed some painkillers.
Okay.
And it needed to be filled by them.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I just went to collect it. I can't remember last time it is I went to the GP.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's nice. That's a blessing, bro. This has never been.
But would I trust them? I think it depends. If I go in for maybe shoulder pain and whatnot, they're gonna refer me to the hospital, and then when I go to the hospital, then a specialist will see me. So
Yeah.
they're just like not conduct.
They're like an admin. They're like a middleman.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Just holding up signs and go that way.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
They're the vehicle, the conduit. But you shouldn't ask me about this. I don't really go GP too much.
Is that like is that because obviously you take care of yourself, or is it more so because you feel like these doctors, man, sometimes...
No, it's not that. It's that I haven't had a need to.
Okay.
You think about it, yeah? You're never called to do what you do, you know, because you see a hell of people every week. And dead ass no weapon formed against you really does prosper.
Oh, you mean my immune system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
It is
Made of
different.
steel, boy.
Or is it like herd immunity? So you've got everybody coming in here, so you know what I mean? You're...
Either which way, I'm good. I don't pop down, right?
All right. The reason why I'm asking is because obviously we're seeing more and more, how medical professionals are recommending certain things for society. We saw as recent as, I don't know, a few years ago, COVID, the injection. Everyone get the injection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it will prevent the spread of the COVID-19, right? It was a goddamn lie. Not only did it not prevent anything spreading, it killed people. Allegedly.
Gosh.
Just according to those who alleged, you know what I mean? That it almost killed them. I'm just relaying their message. So, stuff like that.
It's according to those who alleged it. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, you know, those that were knocking
That was that
on
saying that
death's
shit.
door.
That's a bar. According to alleged parties, yeah.
This is it.
Oh,
But stuff like that though, right? Does that make you start to question? Because I get the impression, that obviously this, I'm definitely speaking generally here.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever something is okayed in the medical world, doctors believe it. And that's what they push to the people.
Yeah.
Rarely do you get a doctor saying, listen, try the natural methods. Try the, you know what I mean, the herbal route or this, that, and the third. It's like, cool, vaccines work or this works and that works, do it. You know what I'm saying? So if we know that this is out there, why do we kind of trust doctors?
Because it's, I don't know why we trust. I think laziness.
Okay.
I think sometimes people can't bother to research other ways to sort an issue out. Because it takes a lot, and it's a lot of trial and error, and But I think with doctors and stuff, maybe the reason why I don't really, especially when it comes to medications and stuff like that, I'm very wary of take this pill. Because I just see it as me just putting all these chemicals in my body. And it just doesn't sit right with me. But also as well, so many shows I watch really highlight how the pharmaceutical industry is a business. And when as well, because I always read the leaflets. It started as something I did when I was bored. And when I'm trying to psych myself up to take a tablet, I hate taking medicine. But when I was psyching myself up to take the medicine, I would just read what the side effects are. And sometimes it's mad. But then the thing is that when you have that side effect, they will then tell you, like, God forbid you get the side effect, they will give you another medication to combat that illness. But then you will get another side effect from that one, and they give you another medication to combat. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think for the most part, but also it depends on the kind of illnesses as well. Stuff like heart disease and stuff like that. Like, someone might not feel like there's any other options or any other natural ways they can do that, and it's a trial and error. And I guess when you have serious illnesses like that, there is that fear of death involved. So, do you really want to spend time experimenting, eating mangoes that will probably take forever to kick in? Yeah. But also as well with natural stuff as well, you can't just. It's like when you have a healthy drink, a healthy snack. They always put at the back. You can't just do this. This has to be part of a balanced diet to see a difference. So with healthy stuff, you have to change your entire life. And unfortunately, I feel like the society we live in does not enable people to be able to make such a transition without it being an inconvenience to many other things. Yeah. So it's a bit tricky, man. But they are scammers.
Where should there be this will definitely be a tough question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it may be easy for you guys to answer, I should say. But where should the line be drawn between doctors, GPs that you see like daily, you can go and see it at a hospital or, local GP, and the opinion of those who do research? Because obviously they're going to cross over, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to administer the research, obviously, and disseminate to the people. Yeah. But where should there be a line drawn somewhere where, okay, you can get this sort of help from doctors and their opinions are rooted in knowledge that's been there for, let's say, 500 years. And then you've got this over here, which is like, okay, this is new research, this, that, and the third. And I understand this is what you're going to get over here.
So who's in the research?
So, like, it could be, I don't know, people in labs, testing certain things out. And also those who are more psychologists as well and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that sort of stuff.
I think it's tricky because sometimes the research that's done, we haven't lived enough to know. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think sometimes with medicine and stuff, like, a lot of it is actually rather new. So we haven't lived enough years to be able to fully say this is the side effects of this, or this is how this could be harmful, or it's tricky.
Mark, you seem confused.
Huh?
You seem confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking, because I don't know in what circumstances do you take information from researchers? Like, it all comes through. Yeah, it all siphons through the same thing anyway. If new research is done, they push it to the GPs and then they give us the information. So I don't get the question because I don't have that. I can't explain. Like, I don't have no connection to researchers. I don't understand that. You get what I'm trying to say? That the information that they give me is the information that they give me. Whether they researched it, whether it's new technology or old technology or new stuff like what Esther says, I'm not reading papers and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That so I don't know where the information comes from. I just take it as.
I think maybe the question should be, if I change it up more so, do you feel like there should be like a certain amount of time that needs to elapse before we take on new information from these researchers? Because like you said, the research
so say like an example, COVID, then there wasn't enough time with the vaccine. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Yeah. So instead of them doing the results and saying, this is what it looks like, this, that, and the third, like we've known for thousands of years, there's always going to be side effects.
Even with that, I knew that, as far as I was concerned, that where they've had to roll it out that quick, we're not going to know what the side effects of this are until it's too late, if that makes sense. We're going to find that in real time, innit? So, yeah, I'm not listening to no one telling me. No, I don't listen to no one telling me nothing anyway, so that don't even matter. Remember, I'm a conspiracy theorist, I question everything. I'm up for questioning it.
Because obviously, when we look in history, right, and even as recent as COVID, like you just said, we've seen where certain things just haven't gone to plan, innit? And we had people criticizing people, gunning everyone, talking about, you're selfish or this, that, and the third because you don't want to take the COVID injection. And now you've got the masses who are upset at the government and these so-called medical professionals for saying you must take the COVID injection. You've even still got people saying no, I took it because I needed to take it and it was a good thing we took it and this, that, and that. Kind of finding reasons for why they took it, right? And why it was the best decision of their lives. But anyway, that aside, yeah, you still got people who, like, we made life-changing decisions based on something that was sorted out in the space of like 6 months or a year. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen in history how these things have changed people's lives drastically. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, do you feel like there should be a mandatory, listen, unfortunately, yes, we know we're suffering from this new disease called COVID-28, but let's just, you know what I mean, put our efforts into this. But
I don't know if they was really in a position to do that, though. They had to find something, innit? They had to do something with COVID. Don't you think?
Yeah, but again, let's go down conspiracy thingy. What about those people who believe that some of these things is almost like an agenda? So not necessarily that it will kill you. So let's just say some powers that be out there try to put something into the public, and it wasn't necessarily that they wanted to kill everybody, but they wanted to try and see if they could control everybody. If, for example, there was that time period where it's like nobody acted for 5 years, then I guess you've got enough time for people to actually think and make decisions for themselves and say, you know what, after 5 years, I'm a bit more informed about the decision I'm going to potentially have to make. And so that level of control kind of is removed from it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? No?
No.
Wait, do you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't listening.
This guy.
He always says that when he don't
Always. what I'm basically saying is, yeah, of course, like you said, with the COVID situation, you've got a situation where they had to do something quickly.
Yeah.
Right? But there are some situations where, what if, for example, if you was to follow the conspiracy route, that this wasn't really a real crazy pandemic, but this was really just a rollout to see if we can control the masses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean...
And so everyone acted based on what the government said. But if there was that, let's just say 5-10 year buffer, people would have the time to get used to this particular thing and then make decisions. And so it would kind of, you know what I mean, go counter to the whole, I can control you.
I don't know, because if you're going to use COVID as the example, then that's the example that you have to use, isn't it? And was there, whether it was a conspiracy or not, whatever propaganda got generated from it is what happened, isn't it? So we know what we know. We was living through what we was living through. Can you take that stance with COVID? Was there the time that you lived through it? You could answer yourself that question. Like, did they have the time to do that? Was that something feasible?
But again, this is obviously I don't want to go too far down the conspiracy thing, but look at how many people said, wait a minute, everyone died of COVID, but no one died of flu. But now, all of a sudden, COVID's like the flu now. So it's you know what I'm saying? So people believe we were just scared into doing something. But really, this was just...
But that's with hindsight, though, isn't it?
But what's in the vaccine, then, that they had to scare us to take?
No, it may not be something in the vaccine, but just more so, I can get these people to act. So
I'll board them. Just because they could.
Them. Maybe because they've got a bigger plan tomorrow.
Oh.
You know what I mean? If I can definitely get them to act now, then yeah, cool. I can get them to act later about
when
it.
I need them.
Exactly.
Well, as long as not to get me to fight the war.
Oh, you don't know. You don't know.
I ain't going. I tell you that one thing for sure. 2 things for certain.
All right. Well, but I've got a video clip in the thingy. Can you play it, please? This obviously is a controversial one. This is not TDA or myself trying to push a particular agenda. It's just to show how medical opinions have changed over years.
Had a decision.
You are in the perfect place to start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones, in 2 years.
Around 13. That's what I think. Yes, you're not going to develop breast buds on the blockers, but you're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay?
Josie received the blockers as an implant in her arm.
It's okay if you cry.
So with all the bravery she could muster,
you're going to feel a little bit of a...
Josie held on tight.
Ow!
as another chapter opened in this young girl's life.
A lot of times it strikes me that had this happened just 20 years ago,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have been able to give her blockers, and she would have had to go through male puberty. That terrifies me.
It's all done. Do you want a hug?
I don't know that she would have survived male puberty.
Dr. Olson.
Yeah. All I'm trying to show is
I thought that groomer was Josie. I said, what? They filmed that years later in the same breath.
Yeah, all I'm trying to show is potentially the agenda of a particular parent and the government and doctors, right? And even if it's not an agenda, it's still an opinion. And these opinions are relatively new in terms of our civilization, right, as human beings. What could be the effects on people taking on certain opinions? Where, for example, you've got a mum saying, you know what, I didn't want my kid to go through puberty. So that's a boy. That person was born a boy, right? And I don't know what the conversation is between the child and the mum to make the mum have to go through all of this type of thing, and the doctor saying, listen, this is what we're going to do for you, all this type of stuff. But this is based on opinions. This is the same sort of opinion that got, what's her name? The former SNP leader, Sturgeon. Is one of the things that got her sacked. You know what I'm saying? Trying to push everything to change gender within the space of 3 months. So again, this is not me trying to say, talking about people's genders and this and the third, but just more so about how opinions on certain things change. And what is it that we allow the doctors to say, yes, this is scientific fact and I won't question it? And what are the things that we say, you know what, I must question this? Because again, we've seen with COVID, we've seen with stuff like this, we've seen where people have spoken out about regret. We can go back to, remember that show back in the day that you used to watch in the 50s?
You saw what here in the 50s?
Sorry. It was
what the hell?
It was like staged in the 50s. Mad Men. And Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
I didn't even try to remember.
at all.
You said, what's the show we used to watch in the 50s?
I heard that show's good.
It is good. It's brilliant.
Well,
But you need to like that kind of stuff.
What's it about?
It was set in the 50s.
It is about, it's not a fixer. He's a marketing whiz, but he's a liar.
Okay.
Yeah, he blagged his way into the position, but he was just great at it. And I can't remember what that particular position's called, but it's brilliant.
It's on Netflix and stuff.
Brilliant.
No, it's my type of stuff. I watch good stuff.
I like stuff like that. It's even Olivia Pope.
At the time, people loved it. Like, crazy. Rated very high.
No, I've heard it's supposed to be really good.
It is. It's not for everybody. It's only the fine things I recommend, sir.
So you ain't gonna taste.
No. He's wondering if he should start it. But it might be too slow for you. The period in which it is that they operate in might be
black
too
and white?
much. But no, it's not.
That's
Fine color. But I think the man, you would like the man. Is how his mind works. Because he's a fixer, man. Like, just get stuff done.
Cool.
Yes, the reason why I mention it is because during that time period in the show, they show it as well, where there was a mad craze about cigarettes. So there was this time where people actually believed, doctors as well, that there was no harm on your health, to your health, if you smoked cigarettes. Some even believed it was beneficial. This was not this side of the century anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't that long ago. Now people are addicted and people are dying like crazy every day, right? Because of cigarettes. So what I'm trying to say is, are we doing what we should do to protect ourselves? Because sometimes medical professionals get it wrong. I'm not trying to say that they, for the most part, get everything wrong. Of course they don't. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be a bloody discussion or, a place where you can go to for assistance and whatnot. They definitely do. But some things, obviously, they get wrong because they're learning. We're human beings. We have to, research and learn, right? But are we doing our part to make sure that we kind of, don't get caught out as well? Or are we kind of taking it for granted?
Probably taking it for granted. It's mad. Where do you get the information from anyway?
This is it.
Do you know what I'm saying? The stuff that you're going to go and research on, it's all the information that they're giving you just to push their agendas and their narratives anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So,
and this is where you start going down the conspiracy thing. You know, some people believe Dr. Sebi was killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got that as well.
He was, because he cured
Don't say cancer.
AIDS, innit?
Oh.
No, cancer. Was it cancer or AIDS? One of them.
AIDS.
It was one of them.
In the 80s, I believe it was.
He cured AIDS, so they killed him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You may not believe it, right? But what I'm trying to say is he obviously was about living a particular type of lifestyle, eating certain foods, right? And basically being able to cure yourself, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen in the past, this doesn't always go well with the orthodox views, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to medicine and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Actually, to be fair, some of those conspiracies I do believe. I do believe there are cures for certain things, but it makes them money.
Yeah.
And so they're not going, it's not something that's going to be public, essentially. But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to, say, for example, the example you gave about tobacco and them not knowing that it's harm, if, let's just say they didn't know it's harm, right? Like, I feel like that's just part of human evolution. Like, we evolve to then years down the line, but actually, no, this thing that we thought is difficult. So I think if you're going to be precautious, you don't really know what you're being precautious about. It could go either way. You might think the doctor might recommend something and you think it's not a good idea, and then you're precautious, and then down the line, I saw one actually. Was it the HPV vaccine when Jay Goody died?
I don't know.
So I think it's meant to prevent cervical cancer, something like that, or HPV, something like that. Anyway, I think it's a HPV vaccine, and basically I remember they were giving it out when I was in school, but because of it looked like, well, at the time it felt like it came out of nowhere because it was kind of like the COVID thing. And I saw a tweet the other day and basically saying how there's been no cases since, of people that have been vaccinated, none in the last how many years, 10 years or plus years, none of them have had that illness, that situation. And then someone was saying how they feel for the people who... I can't remember if I took it, if I'm being honest with you. I don't remember if I actually took it. Because again, because of how it happened, it was kind of like the COVID thing. It was like out of nowhere. Can it really be trusted? So I honestly don't remember if I took it or not. But something like that. So back then, my decision was, this doesn't sound right. This is a bit suspicious. I'm not going to take it. But then, God forbid, I might be in a position where I am now at risk of that thing.
God forbid.
Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't take it. So you just don't know how it's going to... It's a gamble.
100%.
It's a gamble. So, but I do think that there are some things where it is bigger than what it is that we're presenting. I really believe that. There's too much evil in this world for me to believe that things are as black and white as is being presented to people. I believe a lot of illnesses, the cures and stuff can be found if it already does not exist.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? And I think, but again, because of the business of it, that's really what keeps the world going. So they're not going to give you a cure. They're going to keep it at bay. I believe that there's certain illnesses that you only find within certain communities and maybe certain lower income areas. I believe all that stuff because it happens. And again, it's about the bigger picture and the businesses or the money-making side of things for certain powers, really and truly. But I think when it comes to like kind of research, doing your own personal research is tricky.
Yeah.
Because again, like Mark is saying, the research you're going to do is going to be stuff that's been fed into the internet for you to find. So are you really doing, unless you are going to have some people and you keep them here and you actually conduct a personal study and or you find someone that did an independently run study that is away from, the norm and whatnot. But how it's very hard to come by.
It's true.
Morning, caller.
No, they have to call back.
Oh, good.
Please call back. No, I 100% agree with you. But also, remember you mentioned earlier in the show about, what do you call it? What's it called? You know, like in the FDA in America, how they approve certain things.
Pharmaceuticals, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got certain food companies. So the dairy industry, you've got certain industries where it's like, cool, we're trying to push and make sure that certain foods are always sold. Yeah. So regardless of it being healthy for you, they want that to be on the market because so many things depend on it in the economy. You know what I'm saying? So that might also be the agenda. So some things is definitely evolutionary. It's trial and error. Unfortunately, some of us are going to have to die out, right? But a lot of the things is we don't care necessarily. This is money because like I always say, economics is everything to people. And so we want to keep pushing this particular thing. You know what I mean? So Oh no, man, it's a tough one. But
Yes.
I just wanted to give a couple examples before this caller calls back of certain things that in the past we thought were good, but really it was just very bad. So again, the first thing was smoking. But you remember, have you heard of what's it called? Thalidomide. So this particular thing, I feel like Bert and Mark's probably heard of it. Yeah, exactly. In the 1950s and early 1960s, thalidomide was prescribed to pregnant women as a treatment for morning sickness. Medical professionals later discovered that this same thing caused severe birth defects, leading to limb malformations in thousands of babies. This tragedy led to the increased scrutiny of pharmaceutical drugs and stricter regulations regarding their use during pregnancy. That particular thing,
That's
big
crazy,
craze.
man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Helps with morning sickness, this, that, and the third. But then your baby comes out looking some type of way. Anyway, good morning, caller.
Morning, guys. Black Rob here.
Morning.
Morning, guys. I think we sometimes prescribe naivety to things that are a bit more malicious, and I think in this case, there's actually concerted efforts to. It's not like, oh, we haven't got the information yet. I think they know really early on the side effects of things, but they think, okay, let's just ride it till the wheels fall off, and then it'll come out in 50 years, we're all dead by then, or whoever would planned it are dead by then, and then it doesn't matter. So, like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you 3 examples, first of all. The first example is the light bulb theory. You guys heard about the planned obsolescence, right?
The what, sorry?
Basically, the planned obsolescence. It's a term used, and it started with the light bulb. Basically, the guy, I think it was Thomas Edison, and he created the light bulb. And the first light bulb that he created could work for 10,000 hours, but then people were like, how are we going to sell it? So they told him to get rid of that pattern and make one that lasted for like 400 hours so that they could sell more and they can break. So it's like, that kind of speaks to capitalism. If they had the cure for cancer today, do you think it would be widely available? Because there's nothing to profit off something if you can't get a repeat. It's better to have a customer than to have someone cured. So maybe the cure for cancer is probably out there. It probably is like, that's why people like Dr. Sebi, I'm sure there's other people like that, and they're either getting silenced, murdered, whatever, because there's nothing to profit off of producing a product that can only be sold once to the consumer. So I think there's an active move to make sure that anything that stops the recurring customer business model is squashed. And then you've got stuff like another example is aspartame. Aspartame is what they use is a synthetic kind of sweetener that they use in substitution for sugar. Now, so when you drink Coke Zero, they brand it as it's less sugar, which is true, but they replace sugar with aspartame. Aspartame they did lab tests on it in the 40s and 50s, and all the rats died of cancer all the time. So and it never got approved by the FDA. So and Coca-Cola and all the big drinks companies, they kept trying to get it put through, and it kept not getting approved by the FDA. So what Coca-Cola did was that they got some of their board members to join the FDA, so that they had a majority voting rights within. They joined the FDA as regulators. So the people that were working at Coke joined the FDA, and then all of a sudden it got approved. And then 10 years later, you had Coke Zero and all these ones. So basically, they knew it killed all the rest of cancer. But the only way they could get pushed through was by getting their guys to join the board. And now we have Coke Zero. And then there might be a class action in maybe 50, 60 years time. Then they could just plead ignorance. They've already made up trillions of dollars off of it, so it doesn't matter. They'll pay like 10 mil in fines, and they'll ride off into the sunset and do all over again. So I think it's more malicious than we like to think, because they just think we'll just do it and we'll say sorry in about 100 years time, but we made our money by then.
Interesting. So how do you kind of decide for yourself, like what sort of advice and opinions that you would take from certain professionals and what you wouldn't?
I think that's why I think critical thinking is so important in terms of like and taking the information, but then go, what is their motivation? Why are they telling me this? Not because sometimes they tell you more you learn more by what they're telling you than what, and also by what they leave out. So like with COVID, like to me, it was obvious that it was like it was dodgy, but like also when you have a strong argument, if I'm arguing about something and I know I'm right, I'll let everyone that has the opposing argument come and chat their nonsense because I know I can cast it down. When they were going, do you know, there's a time of social media, you can, like, all the YouTubers couldn't even say the word COVID. They were making sure that there was a blackout on anything on the dissenting voices. That told me that they weren't strong in their stance about, because there was actually lots of medical professionals. I remember there was a group of medical professionals that said, hey, I think they said, oh, vitamin D and exercise is enough to like stave off most of COVID symptoms, and they nearly lost their jobs. Everyone was like on them because like vitamin D and exercise. How are we gonna monetize that? All of our politicians have got shares in Madonna. How are we gonna make money off of vitamin D and exercise? Get rid of that. So all the dissenting voices were shut down. That's the first thing. Second thing is that you just look at you follow the money in it. Like you see all the top politicians all had shares in Madonna and Pfizer, and all of a sudden all these things get pushed through real fast without any, like, it takes years to do trial phases for different drugs, and this one just got pushed through fast. I was like, of course this is like there's going to be side effects that we don't know about. And then now you're seeing a higher spike in teenagers and all that getting myocardosis and all that. Like before, I don't want to get into even more conspiracies, but you get like, do you know that athletes, really top tier athletes, because of the way their heart is, because they put their heart under a lot of pressure, because that's the byproduct of being an athlete. They're more likely to, if they have heart conditions, if someone that was like a top performing athlete wasn't pushing their body to the limit, then they would never know about their heart conditions. But now, because they push their body to the limits, and then they also potentially have taken the vaccine, a lot of them are getting, like LeBron's son, he had a heart attack. I'm not saying it's because of this, but those are the people that are more likely to show the symptoms of the vaccination, because they push their body to the limits further than your general public. Now, I'm not even in the medical profession. Someone in the comments maybe what I'm saying might be not fully right, but there's something to that. So we're starting to see the symptoms of a lot of the people that are taking the vaccine. And if you look at the data as well, the people that if you're under a certain age, if you're under, like, I think they said if you're under 40, and you're in, like, your BMI is a certain level, then the rate at which you would die from COVID is basically the same as flu. So then what's the point taking the vaccination if you're going to die at the same rate as flu? I'll take my chances. But they never released that information, but that information was public available. So it's just like,
but this is
information.
This is why I guess they were saying if you take it, it'll prevent you from spreading it. Yeah,
but that was a lie as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was a lie as well. Yeah, so that was a lie as well. And then they also said that they also said that they'd tested it on pregnant women to see that it wouldn't affect pregnancy. And then afterwards, the paper came out and said that not paper. There was actually a inquiry with one of the Pfizer board members, and then she said at the EU Commission inquiry that we did not test it on pregnant women. So it's like, so you lied.
Crazy. Crazy.
So there's just lots of different data points, but obviously the general public, no one wants to. You have to search this stuff out. All this stuff is it's still on the EU website. I can find it and I'll link it. But this is like some 4-hour meeting in a Congress somewhere that's like boring, and it's like, no, it's a bit like the Diddy stuff. Who's going to read 73 pages? Someone just go on academics page and get the synopsis. So very few people are going to. The information's there, but it's under like 70 pages of nonsense and like a 4-hour video somewhere and no one's gonna watch that. So they just take what the media give them, and the media give them a narrative that's sponsored by like Murdoch or something, who has that. They have like an agenda, and I don't even want to go into the depopulation agenda, but yeah, that's that. So they give what they're spoon fed, and that's how you end up. People drinking Coke Zero, even though there was a decade worth of data that says that it causes cancer.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Black Rob, thank you very much for that, man. Post the thing in the Discord, please. Yeah.
I will do.
All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much wrap it up there. I feel like we've kind of covered most things here, to be fair.
Right, let's get into our next headlines, please.
All right, so our next headline. According to a new report, councils in England are in a state of financial crisis. I mean, we knew this. We spoke about this a few times. But many of them are facing effective bankruptcy in the next few years unless they start funding a system, unless the funding system is reformed. So more than half of the councils that responded to a survey said that they were likely to be unable to balance their books in the next 5 years. 2/3 said that they were cutting services. So parks, leisure facilities, arts and culture are at the top of that list. There have been repeated warnings about the state of council finances, with the government announcing an extra £600 million of funding earlier this year to help plug budget gaps. Despite that, many councils are currently setting budgets that will see service cuts from April at the same time as increasing council tax and charges. Damn shame. Next headline, and the former chair of the post office has claimed that he was the victim of a smear campaign led by the business secretary, Kemi Badenoch, and turned on his chief executive in a dramatic day of evidence to a parliamentary committee. Henry Staunton, we spoke about this briefly in the People's Journal, he was removed from his post in January, defiantly stood by allegations that the government had sought to slow down compensation payments to the victims of the Horizon scandal, and he suggested that he had been removed for fighting for them. A source close to Badenoch said that Staunton had been fired for blocking an investigation into his conduct and attempting to bypass the formal process to appoint a new director to the board. The source also added that Henry Staunton has been nothing but a distraction against our work to get justice and compensation to the postmasters. And our last headline, a controversial theatre production about race, identity and sexuality in the 21st century America will put on 2 nights for black audiences to watch the play Free from the White Gaze. Slave Play is coming to the Noel Coward Theatre in London's West End from the 29th of June to the 21st of September. But on the evenings of the 17th of July and 17th of September, the theatre will be open to an all-black identifying audience. Yeah, no. 17th of July, 17th of September. Only people in there are people who identify as black. Very interesting to see the crowd.
Richard Dolezal's going to be in there.
Do you feel, I'm going to get into the rest of this, but do you feel like, again, I'm not trying to send in shots or whatever, but you know people that are in interracial relationships and stuff, do you feel like they will feel some type of way if, for example, they want to book a particular day and they find out that day is only for blacks and it's like, oh crap, that's the only day I go, that I'm off from work. I have to book another day because of the situation I'm in? Or do you feel like it's, I just understand, this is just life?
No, I think they understand. So I don't think you're in a position to not understand.
All right, cool.
I mean, you can't act shocked about the predicament you're in. But then again, we're meant to be a society that's moved forward in it. So it's like going to a restaurant and seeing blacks only or whites only. Maybe they see it that way. That'd be interesting, actually.
Yeah, would they see it kind of like any other restriction? Like maybe a kid can't go on a particular ride because, this height. So it's just restrictions.
I think they would.
Life. Yeah.
I think that as a black person, that you're aware that what we face in society is different. So I don't think they will question it.
Yeah.
So I do think that if they were in a mixed relationship and an event was for white people, they would definitely be online doing activism, even though they might be a white person. And the white partner will be there doing activism with them.
Yeah.
I guess
if this is the type of show you want to watch anyway, you kind of
would,
understand, innit?
And your partner should get it. I feel like I always say that if you're going to be being in an interracial relationship, your partner, like, you both have to understand both cultures. Like, if I'm going to be with a white man, he has to understand what black people deal with. So when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, when it's time, when I'm cussing your ancestors and stuff like that, you can't be acting all confused and acting like, oh, you need to be quiet about that. Child, you got the wrong one. But yeah.
All right. Well, one senior Tory MP who didn't want to be named raised questions over the decision to bar white people from the show. So he was speaking to the Mail online.
White.
And he said, he or she said, I understand the subject matter of the show may have particular resonance for some, but would simply question the legality of this. In other circles, it would be illegal and racial discrimination. I don't understand why this isn't.
Yeah, that person should not be an MP.
But this might be a potential topic of the day.
It's not. That's not how race works. You can't be, if you're the superior race, you can't claim racism from other people because they don't have the power to hold you back. Like, there's a reason why it's a black focus thing. There's a reason why things in society and whatever else can be black focused because you lot have said white is right, white is supreme. So now everyone else trying to be supreme and right. So you can't act shocked that we don't live in this world. Where was your activism when it was white privilege all over the gaff? The reason why the MP stayed anonymous because they're white and they knew they were going to get cooked.
It kind of reminds me
Should
of
have stood on white business.
It reminds me of that guy who was getting cooked for the comments about Sadiq Khan. You know the guy that said that he feels like Islamists are controlling Sadiq Khan.
Oh, Lee
Anderson.
Lee.
It's
Sounds
Lee Anderson.
white.
He had to step down from the whip, innit?
No, he has. No, they got rid of him, innit?
Yeah, from the whip.
Yeah.
He should have said that anonymously. That's the way to.
That's what the big scandal is, because they made him step down, but they won't say that he was Islamophobic, innit?
See?
So
what? Do you see the guy on LBC with Nick Ferrari?
who wouldn't say it?
Wouldn't say it. Asked 9 times.
How did
My man just shut the
like
interview
directly?
down. Huh?
Like, as in they said, is he Islamophobic?
Well, they were saying that basically they're saying that he got fired in it because like what he said was wrong in it. But they're saying, look, what did he get fired for? What did he get fired for? And he goes, look, Nick, what he said was wrong, and we dealt with it. What did he do that was wrong? And they're saying, look, Nick,
it was wrong, man.
Yeah, and we dealt with it. Boom, boom, boom. And so he goes, okay, cool. Was it Islamophobic? And he looked at him in his face and said, Nick, it was wrong.
Ben, I'm putting it in the figure, yeah. It's in the...
that is hilarious. Listen, don't make the scene. It was wrong.
It was wrong, Nick. It was wrong. But was it Islamophobic, though? So, Nick...
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing, Nick. Nick just said, you know what? I'm done.
Nick, what are we doing here, man? Let me see.
Literally, that's what he said to me. What are we doing here, man? You know what? This is done, man.
He's still a business there. Had he broken, he would have been fired too. 100%. But not today. I'm not joining him in the job centre.
It's funny when the politicians go out and they talk here, because if you watch like a few of the different ones talking from each different days, but you can edit them up here and they're all saying the same things. And clearly, it just points that they just have to drive home.
Yep.
Like they're not actually saying nothing.
They're not saying anything.
They're not saying nothing.
They're saying a bunch of nothing.
You know what I'm saying? It's just these points that they just said. There's key words that they have to say.
Yeah.
They're sick. Look at this. Look.
Lee said was wrong. Yeah. And as a result of what he said, he had the whip removed from him. That's robust.
What was it
action.
Specifically that meant the whip had to go? We agree it was wrong, but why was it wrong?
Nick, it was wrong. What Lee
but why was
said,
it wrong?
What he said was wrong. As a result of what he said, the whip was removed from him. That was robust action.
No,
that was
why
robust
was it
action
wrong?
that was
That's what
taken.
I'm trying to get at.
It was wrong, Nick, because of what he said, and robust action was taken as a result.
You're well-educated. Let's try this a different way. Was it Islamophobic?
What he said was wrong, and robust action was taken, and the whip was removed within 24 hours.
Minister, was it Islamophobic?
Nick, it was wrong.
Minister, I'm normally a very polite man. I'm actually going to effectively put the fact. I'll ask you now for the third time. I've asked you 6 times why it was necessary. For the third time, was it Islamophobic?
Nick, it was wrong.
I'll have to curtail the interview there. I'm grateful for your time, but enough already. Michael Tomlinson is the Minister of State for Illegal Migration.
What?
Imagine. Nick, it was wrong.
Oh, man.
But don't you like that, Emmanuel?
Yes.
So that's a man that stands on business.
You asked me something about black people. That's me right there. I didn't
It was
see
wrong.
nothing. Oh man, but I liked how Ferrari handled it though.
Yeah,
I've
what
had
we
enough
doing
of
here?
this
Get out of my
get out
studio,
there,
man.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
All right. The playwright Jeremy O'Harris was speaking to BBC Sounds, and he was like, "I'm so excited to put on nights in the West End where tickets were only sold to people who identified as black." Asked if it didn't make him uncomfortable that in turn, it was telling people, white people, I should say, they weren't allowed in the space. Right? This is what they posed the question to him, and he said, "There are a litany of places in our country that are generally only inhabited by white people, and nobody is questioning that. And nobody's saying that by inviting black audiences here, you are uninvited. The idea of a blackout night is to say that this is a night that we are specifically inviting black people to fill up the space, to feel safe with a lot of other black people in a place where they often do not feel safe." So big up Jeremy O'Harris, man. Okay. And support the thing, man. Support it, guys. What's the name of it called? Free from the White Gaze. It's going to be in West End between the 29th of June to the 21st of September.
That's lit.
And that's it for deadlines. Time to pay the bills.
That's lit, because they said they make sure that you are really free from the white gaze, even when you're watching. Free from the white gaze. Love that for them. All right, let's get into Word on Road. All right, people. Gosh, there's a lot to deal with. So basically, Madonna is currently on tour. And, hold on, where's my article on her? Madonna's currently on tour. And she's got like a little tribute. One of her songs, when she plays or performs one of her songs, Live to Tell, she has like a tribute for people who passed away from AIDS. Not her and her team throwing in Luther Vandross in there without asking anybody for such. Anyways, here's a state told her she needs to get him out of that little tribute lineup. They basically said Luther Vandross passed away in 2005 due to complications from a stroke suffered 2 years earlier. While we appreciate Madonna's recognition of those lives lost to AIDS, Luther was never diagnosed with AIDS or the HIV virus. We're not sure where she or her production team received false medical information claiming otherwise. We're currently in contact with her management to remove Luther Vandross from the tribute. And she has. They've taken it down. Not taken it down, sorry, but they're taking him out of the tribute. I'm sure someone's getting fired because that's very awkward. Can't be doing things like that. Also, in other news, Ja Rule's got a show in London, but he's not allowed to enter the country, man. Yeah. Someone said they heard about Fire Festival. They don't want their nonsense here. But no, so basically, his application's been denied to come into the country. So he said, "I'm so devastated. I can't believe the UK won't let me in. I've spent $500,000 in production of my own money to put this tour together, only to be denied entry days before my show. This is not fair to me or my fans. These venues are 85% sold, and now I can't come." He went on to say that my team made it clear to the promoter that I have a criminal record and can't get in the country. The promoter swore this wouldn't be an issue. The promoter started selling tickets. You'll love to blame the artist, because obviously he was getting people were like, why didn't you check for yourself, kind of thing. And then he said, get your refunds. Then someone said, you, as in caps lock, should have checked. I hear people say should have. It's one of my biggest icks. Gets my nerves. Look what you've done. Anyway, you should have checked for yourself and get that sorted. There's been many people with criminal records that have entered. No, honestly, and the person said Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda's having a great time. Tory was talking about him on Receipts. And that man is having I like seeing Bobby Shmurda, you know. He looks so happy. Like, he looks like he's just so grateful for freedom and he will never go back in there again. He just looks so happy. Love it.
London will do that to you, man. Listen,
every time I see a picture of him, he is smiling. We had a whole incident the other day where there was like a whole fight in the club. So, I think it was here. Yeah, it was here. So basically, a club must have asked him to come and perform or whatnot. He even went above and beyond. Actually, they asked him to just come and show his face. But he got a lot of love and he's like, I'm going to even perform. But they didn't have his original money anyway. They didn't have the money. So he and his team got annoyed and blah, blah, and it ended up escalating from argument to like a mini fight and whatnot. And he came on the internet the next day and apologized to people. He was like, I'm so sorry you guys have to see me act like that and da-da-da-da. Like, here's the situation. This is what happened. I thought, so wonderful. What a lovely young man. It's quite a long story short. Ja Rule can't come. If you were meant to come, you're meant to come to the show, get your refunds, basically. What's next? Oh, Diddy. Diddy's next on my list. I feel I've done Diddy last, to be fair. So, Did Diddy last, actually. No, we'll do Diddy now. I'm just get over and done with it. So basically, on Tuesday, I talked about how a producer called Rodney Jones, Lil Rod, aka Lil Rod, and all these American podcasts have been making fun of the fact that he's called Lil Rod. I was like, these are focusing on the wrong thing. Oh, you gotta see. Gosh, anyway. So Lil Rod, basically, he and his lawyer filed a lawsuit on his behalf. And essentially, he was a producer on the Love album, on Diddy's last Love album, where he said he's bringing R&B back. And no damn thing was brought back anyway. Except De Leon ads throughout the album. But anyway, so he said he's a producer on that. I think he's got like 9 tracks on there and whatnot. They had to do that. They worked together for months and months and months. And when I reported on Tuesday, I told you that what he's alleged is trigger warning. Couple of seconds, tune out if you need to. But essentially, he was basically alleging sexual assault, Diddy groping him, trying to play with his booty hole. It was just a whole thing. It was honestly just a whole thing. But the court document is basically out. It's like a 75-page court document. There's hella people mentioned in there. I mentioned on Tuesday that Young Miami was mentioned in there because apparently her cousin sexually assaulted the guy as well. So in there, Diddy's obviously there. His son Justin is in there. There's a woman who the lawyer is basically saying she's chief of staff to Diddy, and they're saying that she's at the Ghislaine to Diddy's Epstein. Apparently so. She's the one who solicits all that kind of stuff and whatever. Also, apparently he's got like a whole what's it called? He's got a person as well that works with the FBI. So did we talk about this on air? Yeah, we did. We talked about the shooting, right? So basically, the guy said he witnessed a shooting one time. They were in the studio, him, other people, Diddy, and his son Justin were in the studio with a guy they've identified as G, right? G was having an argument with Justin and whatnot. Diddy obviously would have got involved because that's his son and whatnot. So then they go into the toilet, into the bathroom to argue it out. Next thing, they hear a gunshot. When the door gets, everyone then looks to the door like, okay, what's happening? When the door opens, G's on the floor, holding his stomach. Either Diddy or Justin shot the guy, basically. But then Diddy was like, so then everyone's just standing there as if nothing's happened. And then the defendant, Rodney, he's like, someone call like 911, like, we're gonna this guy's just gonna bleed out here kind of thing. So he's trying to do something, trying to help the guy and whatnot. Diddy basically lets the people know that, listen, when the police is called, make sure that my name is nowhere involved in this thing. And so actually, when you look at the police document and when you look at what TMZ reported in all these publications, they allege that it happened outside. They allege that it happened, and then they allege that they were trying to help him, which is why the guy was found in the studio. But we live in a very interesting world now where people's lawyers and stuff on Instagram, you can just reach them, you can just at them and tweet them rather than meet them in the courtroom. So Rodney's lawyer actually posted a screenshot of the studio messaging him saying the shooting occurred a half a block away from Chalice, which is what the studio is called, and it was a result of a robbery. There are police reports corroborating this. Please wait for the facts to come out before you start contributing to the defamation of our organization. But the lawyer has then put a caption saying, first, Sean Holly claims the shooting occurred several blocks away. Chalice Recording Studios claims the shooting occurred half a block away. Now, TMZ reports the shooting occurred as G stepped outside the studio. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. Where is the police body cam footage? Where are the 911 call logs? Where is the LAFD's report? What is G's name? Why did G, after being shot in the stomach and hip leg, run past 3 layers of security, 3 recording studios, a reception area, a lounge area? I like this lawyer. Just to bleed out in the restroom. Come on, Sean Holly. I know you can do better than this. I like a lawyer like that. I like a cheeky lawyer. I love when lawyers battle out in the courtroom. So he's basically saying that's a damn lie, and y'all essentially know this. In the court document as well, Rodney's basically saying how obviously he was saying about how Diddy wanted to essentially have sex with him, and essentially Diddy was trying to push homosexuality on him and like not homosexuality, but homosexual acts on him, and trying to tell him that listen, it's a normal thing, happens in the industry, it's not that deep. One of Rodney's heroes is Stevie J. So he's saying to Rodney, everybody does it. Look, here's a video, here's a sex tape of Stevie J allegedly having anal sex with a white guy. And Rodney and him, as in Rodney and his lawyer, have a screenshot of Stevie, allegedly Stevie, in the court document. So there's that. And then in there as well, he also says that, what's it called? What's his name? Diddy was bragging to him about having had sex, that he'd engaged in sexual intercourse with a rapper. Now, I like a court document. Because sometimes they try to not give you much, but then tell you everything. So, in the court document, remember I said on Tuesday that there's people's names redacted, right? I will tell you the redacted names. I won't tell you the names. I'll tell you the description, and then you can tell me who you think the names are, right? So in the document, it says, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with the rapper, and then it's got a footnote 5. It says redacted. When you go to footnote 5, it says he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. How does I put the guy's name in it? Then it says, and R&B singer, redacted. And that one, it says he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. They didn't even try, you know. And then it says Stevie J. So Stevie J is actually just, you know, just there. Yeah, so there's that. And then also as well, they talk about how Diddy basically used him as well. So Diddy's got, apparently what the lawyer is saying is that it's like a whole RICO thing. Like it's a whole, there's a word they used, not RICO establishment, RICO something. But they're basically saying that it's a whole arse operation to the point where there's a black guy whose picture is up in here. I think he either works for the police or something anyway. But he's the reason why they were able to cover up that whole shooting in the, what's it called? In the studio. And apparently as well, Diddy always says that if something legally happens, get him on the phone. So he's like Diddy's inside guy that makes sure that things don't, you know, he covers things up essentially. And he's like I can't remember. There he is. His name's Fahim Mohammed. And he works in the police for Miami. No, he works at the LAPD, sorry. Yeah, so apparently he's their contact in there and whatnot. So he's alleged all that stuff as well. And then he said that Diddy also bragged about shooting. So there's a shooting that happened that Diddy's former bodyguard talked about one time. I can't remember that guy's name. Oh, Gene. That Gene talked about. And it's over Shine. You guys know Shine? So that shooting, that Shine apparently went to jail for and whatnot. Apparently Diddy was the one who did it. And J-Lo was the one who apparently helped him get the gun in and whatnot. It's a whole thing, but he was basically saying that Diddy brags about all these kind of stuff and blah, 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 blah. And so basically Diddy was using him as well to recruit sex workers. It's a whole thing about how they recruit sex workers. There's a place he goes to, Diddy gives him a bad boy hat. He wears the bad boy hat. When he gets there, they know what they know what it means. They know that he's there to collect sex workers for Diddy, essentially. And there's pictures of everything. There's also talking about, also alleging that there's some of the sex workers are underage females and underage women, sorry. And this is where Chris Brown comes into it. Because it's basically alleged. There we go. So let me see his footnote. Where is he at? 1 second. Because he also got another footnote, which I found very funny at the time.
It's interesting. I mean, Femster says in the chat, this song's so fictional on so many levels. And it's true. It sounds
very...
hard to believe, right? But then, like, the lies are so specific.
With pictures, Brent.
You wear, hey, here's a bad boy hat. I mean, the comical nature of that alone is just crazy, right? But it's to signal that he's in town, right? So this particular restaurant, right? These sex workers come there and they just wait patiently for the bad boy hat signal.
Not for the bad boy hat.
Knowing full well, all right, payday, he's in town. And this is the guy that we are supposed to follow to go back to wherever Diddy is. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you are that maniacal, if it is that you're that strategic, you would be doing stuff like that, right?
Because you know what it is about people like that, yeah? They're very, like, their ego is out of this world. Because whenever you hear Diddy talk, like, there's even the lawyer, so he posted another video, right? And in the video, you can hear Diddy, they're in the studio trying to start the album and whatnot. And Diddy's basically telling people that he's working with, he's like, listen, he said, I don't know how you guys think you can be hot if I'm not hot. Essentially, like, I'm the prize here kind of thing. And he says, if I come here lukewarm, you're not going to create anything that's hot kind of thing. So it's very, like, egotistical in the interaction. So for me, like, wearing a bad boy hat to let people know this is the message, this is what time it is, doesn't sound very mad to me. It sounds like someone with what someone with a massive ego would do, because I can. I'm able to, I can, so I do.
I remembered one account from, I think it was a trader or a finance guy, I can't remember what it was, and he was being interviewed, I think by Piers Morgan, about his meeting with Weinstein. And Piers asked him, all right, cool, how was the interaction? And then the guy was like, look, I met him at the table, right? And he was talking. Like, wait a minute, this guy must be some movie character. He must think he's a movie character because what's coming out of his mouth is crazy, and it doesn't relate to what actually happens in that particular finance field. I can't remember who he was, but it was a Piers Morgan interview, and this is what I'm feeling here, right? You feel like you're the main character in the world, and your entire life dictates that, right? It suggests that. It paints that picture. So why can't you be like, oh, it's the best way to get my rocks off? I get this guy who I'm paying like peanuts to produce this album for me. I'll get him to wear a bad boy cap because why not, right? I have a whole set of them there. Nobody's been using them. So when you go in there, don't worry, I've already told people, once you see that guy, follow that guy. I can see that on Breaking Bad.
On Breaking Bad.
I can see that.
Could work.
The thing is, I want to believe anyway. I want to believe anyway.
So when you're saying there's pictures, what pictures is it?
So these are the pictures of Diddy with the underage sex workers. Obviously, their identity is going to be blocked out. Where is it? What other pictures are there? Some of the sex workers. It's like a whole book of it all.
I think he's upset somebody.
Oh, there's the booby trap. This is where he has to stand outside to get the Diddy. So why am I doing that? To get the what's it called?
What are you showing me? The thing at the bottom or the top?
Oh, sorry. How about here? This is where we went to get the girls. Allegedly.
The place is called the Booby Trap.
Yeah. And then he has like, and then also Cuba Gooding, but he's not had a great life. He's also features in there, and apparently he was out here gripping the guy and trying to link, but he's trying to solicit sexual nonsense and whatnot. And he's got a picture of him, and he's got a picture of Cuba all up in his grill. These guys talk very close as well. Breaths all over the place. There's that. What else was there? There was a lot of stuff. I'll be honest with you. It's like a 75-page document. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of alleged stuff. His lawyers are saying that obviously Stevie J came out and said, "Excuse me, I'm not involved in anything," and whatever. His lawyers are saying that 2 of the alleged underage workers have come out to say that they're not underage. And that's convenient. There's that. And of course, the biggest thing really on the internet was Meek Mill, right? The whole Meek Mill stuff. And then obviously people were getting all the pictures and all the videos and whatever they could find. And Meek was off the internet for a while. Then he came back on the internet. And then he said, what did he say? He said a lot of stuff. He said a lot of stuff that I just felt like personally, but then he's slow, to be fair. Because I think that if you don't feel like any of this is real and this is very damaging and whatnot, because he's basically saying that it's a conspiracy. Because he's an independent artist and he's got a new record coming out tomorrow. So he's saying they're doing this to kind of mess with to tank his sales and tank his record and blah, 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 whatever.
I think it's dropped already.
But you think it's dropped today?
Yeah, it dropped at 12 a.m.
Okay, yeah. So he's saying that all of this stuff was to get in the way of his independentness, right? But I just felt like, so get a lawyer and file a defamation lawsuit. Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, he goes on, because Academics obviously live streams and whatnot, and Academics was basically going through the document as it was live streaming and blah, blah. And where he finds out about Meek, Diddy alleging that he slept with Meek and Usher, that part went viral. So he decided to fight Academics, but I'll get to that. So not Diddy, what's his name? Meek. Meek says, "I'm from Philly, I don't do coke or freaky ass Molly. Nobody wouldn't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming, LOL. Bitch ass ends ain't gonna play no games with me. They're trying to do damage control. The same thing they almost tricked y'all with Lil Baby. I mean, Lil Baby was homophobic on stage. There was receipts for that. That's why I always come around all these industry men with my real friends. You never catch me around anybody from the industry alone. You can't even hold a convo without my dog stepping in the room. It's been that way. I can't till you'll find out I'm the illest in this shit." Like, for someone who's been accused of sleeping with sex workers, accused of all these crazy things, being the illest, letting people know you're the illest in the streets is really what's the top of your priority. Anyway, Andrew Tate entered the chat. Andrew Tate entered because there was a whole... So basically, Andrew Tate in 2023 tweeted, "I am the most famous man in the world and avoid speaking to famous people because they're all gay and weird." Then Andrew Tate quote-tweeted that, saying, "So P. Diddy was having sex with Meek Mill and Usher?" And then Meek Mill responded to that and said, "Was you sex trafficking women? The fuck wrong with you, Brody?" There was that. And then obviously he then went on to the whole academic stuff and basically said, "Academics, didn't I tell you, stop playing with my name? I don't know what I'm going to do when I actually see you. It's going to have a combination to it though." Oh, that's cold. I like that. Then he says, "The way you niggas coming on the sick now. I can't wait to meet academics. LOL. They know I drop tomorrow. This is their damage control. This internet's getting too weird. Academics and alcoholic, fully powered by the white man. Who you think posting that on every website? They'd be so mad they can't stop its few groups." So I guess he thinks the white man is after him. And he says the academics and alcoholic with no life talking to kids on a computer. Normal kids watch Kai. He said, "You're a sick old black man with no life achievements trying to destroy black men because you envy us as men." It's a bunch of Meek Mill trying to say that he's going to fight academics. Greek says, "The whole story is fake. This Lil Rod guy had a GoFundMe to sue Diddy weeks before the allegations dropped." That is true. So he's saying that he had that because when he's a producer on the Love album, right? 9 of his tracks basically went through that on the album. He only got paid $29,000. And that's not what he's owed. So basically he started a GoFundMe so that he could have the funds to, essentially sue Diddy. And I think he also called Diddy out at one point as well, saying that he wanted him to pay him, blah, 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 blah. And his lawyer says that really and truly, like, Lil Rod would even be grateful with like $50,000, right? But Diddy was not willing to make up the 21K. And so that's why he allegedly had he did have a GoFundMe. That's why he had the GoFundMe to raise up funds. I mean, he only got 1,500. He was asking for I can't remember how much he was asking for, but yeah. So essentially that's why he had that to try and sue Diddy. It's a mess.
Question though, right? So people have heard 50 Cent come out and basically say, "Hey, Diddy's parties are wild," right? I mean, he stopped short of actually saying what the hell actually happened in these parties, right? Basically. And a lot of people tend to be doing the same thing. I guess they don't want to be sued or whatever. I haven't got a clue, right? Because obviously money is circulating in those high echelon places, so they know if it is that they look to do or say a particular thing, that money could get cut off, whatever. But why is this so hard for certain people to believe?
Do you know what? I think it's because with celebrities and stuff, yeah. Oh, I didn't talk about gigs as well. Oh gosh, there's so much. But basically, because people put celebrities on a pedestal. And I think that when it's like an artist, for example, it just doesn't... I feel like we live in an age where people think they know celebrities. So because you think that you know them, this sounds like, no, it's not what they do. Do you get what I mean? Like, people forget that people have private moments outside of whatever it is that they show you. And people also forget that whatever people show you is edited and curated, like it's packaged for them to show you that. So there's that. And obviously some people have some things that they're fighting themselves. So, you know.
But Diddy is very much front and center as weird and fruity.
Yeah.
In his behavior. Yeah. Right? So much front and center. And the amount of stories that you're hearing left, right, center. Forget about the whole he's homosexual. I don't think it's a homosexual thing. I think it's the fact that he's just abusing power.
Yeah, right? I think he just enjoys it.
It's just the abuse of power.
Yeah.
But you've seen him doing so many questionable things. Why is this so hard for anybody to basically say, all right, cool. And you've just seen the Cassie thing, right? And obviously he's now out of people's consciousness. I don't know why. But she got paid off, right? There is now another one. And this isn't the end of it.
Do you know what's mad though? Because when I was listening to Joe Biden's podcast, which I've recently gotten into, but they were like, "Oh, this is what happens when you settle our court." So remember, he settled Cassie like less than 24 hours. And they're like, oh, this is what happens. People just come out of the woodworks and say these things. But then it's weird because there's so much receipts from over the years of people saying that Diddy is a weirdo and he does weirdo things and like sexual weird things. Do you get me? So it's like, but then obviously there could be a thing where this guy could be capitalizing on that. But again, he's got so much video footage and photo footage, and he says that the reason why he has that is because Diddy was always told him to always record everything. So that's the reason why he's got all this footage, because Diddy was always saying to him to record stuff like that. He was even saying that even with it on his phone, there's videos that Diddy has taken to like record himself, because Diddy wanted everything documented. So the guy's got hella receipts.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's make this quick.
Morning, guys. I tried your yeah. I'm not going to be very, very quick. I tried to use your line, but you're just raising the hand on the stage.
Who are you speaking to?
That's cool. That's cool.
Femsa, can you just jump
It's
off
family.
and I'll put you up on stage on
Brent,
Discord?
he's here.
No, because it's cutting off.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
No, we can hear you, babes.
It's too late. He did the right thing.
People don't. Anyway, Word already will not be finished today because I got a place to be. So I don't know why it's difficult, but it's the same reason why it was difficult for people to believe that Tory Lanez was a shooter. So.
And they still don't.
They don't. They're still shouting free Tory Lanez.
Oh my goodness.
The Lulu. But yeah, that's all that's happening. Have you seen him in the Discord?
Yeah.
Before I move on?
He's here.
Also, Gig said you should stop talking about him. So shut up.
Morning.
Kicks is hurt.
Gig said.
Some woman made a TikTok saying that Giggs is getting straight man for
Yep.
Diddy to chop.
He's soliciting sex workers.
That doesn't even make sense. How can, like, as a straight man, how can a man chop you? That doesn't make like the notion behind it doesn't even make sense. Like, he wants straight men to sleep with. How are you gonna sleep with straight men?
Well, there's a lot of men that go to jail.
Then they're not straight then either way.
But that's the thing, though. But they don't see like that.
Doesn't matter what they see.
But that's the thing. I hear you and I agree with you. But for them, like, they will just tell you it's something I dabble in here and there. I dabble in a bit of coke. Does that mean I'm a drug addict? No. That's the kind of mindset they have.
I hear it.
They say, they just dabble here and there. Brent, you made a whole scene and...
Morning.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
we can.
Yeah. All right, just quick one. Brent, what you're saying about people not believing and whatnot. The problem is, because he settled out of court, a lot of the stories that we heard came out in that settlement, right? We've always suspected a lot of that stuff. Okay. A lot of the stuff that are in this, a lot of things that are in this lawsuit is a bit weird because these are things that we've heard before, and a lot of the other stuff that we hadn't heard before, people are coming out to kind of debunk it with proof as well.
Yeah.
So as much as proof that he's given, there's people coming out with proof that some of this stuff is absolutely bogus. Now, this is where you start running into problems, which is if a lot of the stuff that he's saying is debunked, then it starts muddying the waters when other people might have truth to claim. Obviously, there's probably some stuff in there that is true. Without a doubt, we've heard these stories before. But when you start putting the lawyer into this as well, and you start saying, why is the lawyer dropping all of this stuff on social media? Then it makes you think, isn't it the easiest way to get paid now to shame Diddy into paying?
But then when the guy's got pictures and videos though, because everyone else, we've always had stories and stuff. And some of the stories we've heard...
But then if the pictures and videos, if the pictures and videos, of course he's going to have pictures because he's got direct access for like over a year, as he claimed. But if the pictures and videos are like, oh, this is an underage girl, and then the girl saying, no, I'm 33 or whatever she's saying, then, or Stevie J, the Stevie J one, the guy actually in the porn videos come out and said, yeah, it's me in the porn video.
Yeah.
Then you start saying, okay, well, what's true and what's not? And that's where you start running into issues. And then you've got a lawyer who's literally doing trial by social media. And the easiest thing to do is you shame Diddy unto the point where he just says, you know what, I'm not going to settle for 30 million, but okay, just to shut you up, I'll give you 2 million or 5 million or whatever. then we will never know what the truth is.
But then though, if it's a lie, should Diddy feel shame into settling then? Because with Cassie, we know why he settled. Everyone knows why. It was open and closed. Like, it was very clear as day. Do you get what I mean? So with this one, if it's all false and stuff, I actually expect him to fight it, not settle. Just because the thing with Diddy now, there's other lawsuits coming. I just don't have time to talk about it today. There's 2 more lawsuits that I've seen last night that are basically in the works to be filed properly and available next week, right? So he's gonna be settling with everybody. Then he's gonna at some point he has to fight it.
But then if they're all coming from,
be the example.
But if they're all coming from that lawyer or similar lawyers, I mean, we've watched TV shows in America where we get these lawyers that are like opportunities that say, you know what, there's a guy that's on the ropes. That let's obviously there's some truth in there. Let's put all the other stuff that we hear into this as well, and then mix it all together. Like, I'm not even joking. Of course, some of the stuff is true, and you know, I've watched shows like what's that show where the guy was a fixer? Ray Donovan. We've watched shows like that, and we know that they don't just make up stories like that in Hollywood. There are people that go around fixing things for celebrities. We know that for sure. They do nasty, nasty things, and they get away with it because they have connections or they have fixers. There's a reason why Olivia Pope, you know, is not just fictional. They've got this from somewhere, things like that. So I'm just saying, like, you just got to be careful when you're doing stuff like this, that you don't affect real victims. Or I'm not saying he's not a real victim, but people that are real victims that later down the line want to claim something, or someone needs to take him to court, proper court, not just civil court to try and get money. Let's take him to court. Let him face his day in court. Let's find out what the truth is.
Yeah.
That's really all I wanted to say, really. We just got to be careful that we don't muddy the waters and make it just what's true and what's not, because it's getting to that point now where people are like, yeah, that's true, that's not true. We heard about the Shine and J-Lo stuff before, so why not just stuff it into a lawsuit? Why not? You know?
True. That's a word, man.
Yeah, but yeah, have a good show, guys.
Thank you,
man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to speed up. I need to leave here in the next minute.
I'll go clean up always.
Okay, good. I love that. It was so annoying. It was clean, actually, let's be fair. So Fredo is out of jail. He's out feeling rehabilitated. He did a live. He was on a live yesterday, and he said, "Stop spreading rumors about him putting drugs in his bum." He also did not realize he had the weed on him. It was just a little bit. Tries to swallow it. He's back out of jail. It looks good. All is great. Celebrity Brother is coming back. Don't really care much for it, outside of the fact that Zizi Mills is in there. Big up Zizi Mills. Love that for her. I think she's gonna hold her own. I think she's gonna be sick in the house. I think it's gonna be fun. Ekinsu is in there as well. So I think it's gonna be very interesting. When does it start? Quite honestly, you can Google that. What else is there? I have not read up on the last thing that's been added in there.
Oh yeah, I can mention that in the People's Journal.
Wonderful. So let's get into People's Journal. Thank you.
The Ava Estelle people got us some good.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, so the first thing I want to mention is... So the first thing I want to mention is the Shadow Chancellor, Rachel Reeves. She basically has come out and basically said that Labour will inherit the worst economic situation of any incoming government since the Second World War. See, when I first heard this, I was thinking to myself, this might be true. But at the same time thinking, is this an excuse?
What's the statement, sorry?
She said Labour will inherit the worst economic situation of any incoming government since World War II.
Okay.
Would you give them grace?
If
that's true.
No, it is true, obviously.
So good to give them great...
You, Emmanuel, because you believe that they're going to be voted in, right?
Yeah.
And for the first 4 years, they're going to be up against it. Would you give them grace?
I mean, it depends on what they do, yeah.
Okay.
Depends on what they do. If they're just coming out with stupid policies that make the situation worse or doesn't do anything, then not really. But if you're doing something and I can see the plan, even if it hasn't done anything just yet, but it makes sense economically, then yes, definitely. definitely. Economics is not just about the short term, man. It's definitely about the long term as well. So yeah, this is what she said. She made a statement. She said George Osborne said in 2010 that they were going to fix the roof. What they've done is smashed the windows, broken the door down, and are burning the whole damn house down. I added the damn. That is the reality for whoever is Prime Minister and Chancellor after the next election. That's the inheritance that whoever forms the next government is going to have to deal with. So this obviously comes amid amid speculation that Jeremy Hunt is going to be used in next week's event to cut taxes and basically and see what he can do pretty much to try and salvage a campaign, man, that looks like it may potentially fail. Not may potentially fail, will definitely fail. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've said on the show many times, I really don't see the Conservatives staying in power. It's really, really, it's just not possible. Next thing I wanted to mention is Bitcoin. For the crypto lovers out there, man, Bitcoin was doing crazy things yesterday. It's basically nearly at its all-time high. And it went past $60,000 yesterday for the first time since November 2021. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's nearly at its all-time high, which is $67,707. And that was, like I said, 9th of November 2021. I just kept getting notifications, man. It's going up, crazy. So yeah.
Oh, you say you're rich?
No, I don't have no Bitcoin, you know.
No.
No.
So what was they notifying you for?
No, because I'm in tune with certain things, innit?
Okay. Brent's out there. Brent's got Bitcoin.
There you go.
I don't have a coin. I have fragments.
I
have fragments of a Bitcoin.
That's fragments of profit.
Yeah, you know, it's something, man.
Brent's up, man. No horns for Brent.
Yeah, so.
They did, yeah.
So for the people out there that, you know, are Bitcoin
Well, you got to carry it loose like your apples.
Don't you ever dare try company when I'm off mic. I will come back for it.
Oh, right. Yeah, like I was saying, for the Bitcoin lovers out there, the crypto lovers out there, I'm pretty sure everyone's happy, especially if they're holders of Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. ETH was going up like crazy as well yesterday. Not at its all-time high, but also was getting notifications about ETH as well. So, there you go.
ETH.
And that was going up, innit?
Yeah, I have ETH.
I said that's all flying.
I have no fragments of ETH. I got ETH.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was doing well yesterday. Next thing I wanted to mention is apparently they're going to be increasing what is it called? The fines for parents, man. Parents who are okay with their children missing school. Yeah, basically those fines are going to be going up by 33%. So that in real terms, that's basically at least £20 as part of an attendance drive. This is what the government's putting in. So just to read a little bit about it, the Department of Education said the national framework would be introduced from the start of the 2024 to 2025 school year to help tackle inconsistencies in how much institutions charge for unauthorized absences, and all parents must be considered for the penalty if a child misses 5 days. So the cost of a fine will rise from £60 to £80 if paid within 21 days, and from £120 to £160 if paid within 28 days. So, yes. Sorry, the first one's within 21 days. The next one, £120 to £160 if paid within 28 days. So yes, that's what the situation is there. And I wanted to also give you guys some information. Seeing as Ramadan's coming up, you know what I'm saying? And obviously the other day I was bigging up the nation. Happy Saviour's Day to them, of course, every time. I just wanted to give some options out there for our Muslim viewers as well about certain savings accounts. Because, you know, some Muslims obviously subscribe to the idea that interest is not a good thing. It's forbidden in Islam. So what typically happens is, let me not say what typically happens, but there are basically options for those who actually want to subscribe to Sharia. And so there are some Sharia savings accounts out there. So basically the principle behind it is they don't have the interest rates. They have something called EPR, which is basically expected profit rate. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting paid, not interest, but you're getting paid from the profits. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So for those who are interested, there are some fixed term bonds out there. Some providers, BLME, 2 years, they're offering 4.75%. For 3 years, 4.5%. 5 year, 4.3%. You can open online. There's no access within that particular term. And also Al Rayyan Bank, for 1 year, they're offering 5.05%. For 18 months, they're offering 4.8%. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, for those who are unaware, they offer basically expected profit returns and not interest rates. You know what I'm saying? To obviously not get around it, but this is what I guess they would say promotes fairness as opposed to interest, which kind of produces a situation where banks can take advantage, it leads to social inequality and injustice and stuff like that. So it's just one of the unethical practices that Islam prohibits. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal today, man.
All right, then let's get into Woke Joke.
All right, guys. So this is going to be a quick woke joke. I want to see what you guys' opinion is. I hope Brent didn't cheat on this one because Brent said sometimes he gets, well, to be fair, it's not his fault, but he gets notifications sometimes about the news. But apparently some fossils were found, man, recently. Complete fossils. And this may change how we see human civilization. I hope you guys are following this. Tell me which one you think is fake or real. Or are both of them real? Or both of them fake? So the fossils they found, the first thing is hobbits. Obviously, I'm calling them hobbits, but basically, they are shorter than little people. They found literally like 3 of them together. So basically, it might have been a situation where they were maybe in a cave or something, and whatever it may be. But they saw them. They're literally like 3'7". And looking at their bones and their DNA, they're not children, right? These are actual grown adults. So they could tell this from the bone composition and things like that.
Have always existed.
No, they're smaller than that though, and they're not. Cause obviously, you know, like little people, they have certain markers that you look at one, you can tell that this person is a little person, right? People know what I mean when I say little people, right?
The dwarfism.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is not that. This is like Frodo and them guys. So the proportions of people like us is there, but they're just 3'7". And based on the composition of their bones, they are adults. These are not kids. They're adults. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So they're like this table here. You know what I'm saying? Cool. And fossils were found of a dragon.
Okay.
Like a real life dragon, like you see in Game of Thrones and that. So yeah, which one do you think's real, man? Or fake? Or are they both real or fake?
Both real?
Oh, is it? Why is that?
Because the last couple you done been like that, so I was just thinking there's a theme. Yeah. Going with both real.
Okay, Brent.
That first one is mad old.
Okay.
They've been finding hobbit fossils. Secondly, I did get a notification for this. But I do believe in dragons though, man. I believe that they've existed.
Okay.
I believe all sorts of beasts existed. And why not dragons, isn't it? But yeah, I do believe that dragons roam the earth. And again, like I didn't cheat. I got the notification. So
so not your fault for knowing.
Nah. Both of them are real.
Okay.
Both of them are real.
Mark, do you want to add anything?
Was I right?
I'm giving you one more chance to submit your something.
I'm saying both of them are real. Again, because little people existed, so them finding them.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're harder to find because they're little, innit? So
yeah, you ain't getting no cookies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, no, go on. You're going to say something.
No, I mean, the dragon thing is just... Why not, innit? It might be like a version of a dragon. It might not be like what you see in the TVs. It might be like one of them Komodo dragons or a lizard or something, or just something. So, yeah, I can see both of them being real.
All right, cool. Well, based on my findings, so we're not going down the route of conspiracy theories here.
Okay.
Right. Only one of them is real. And that one is a dragon.
Huh?
They ain't no hobbits. They ain't no...
Brent said they've been finding hobbits.
Yeah, Brent is down the conspiracy lane.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
Where's your evidence, man? Hobbits, Brent.
Yes. You see, you're saying hobbits because you're connecting it with Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Who told you to do that? That's why you're laughing.
All right,
but he's right. They've been finding them little people and the big people.
So are these grown adults? Are these grown adults?
Yeah.
You can't just say yeah. Like, tell me more, man.
Yes. This isn't a new thing.
Okay, go on.
So you can call it conspiracy. I guess it just depends on what it is that you believe that they've hidden or not hidden.
Mm-hmm.
But these, you know, those, not on Netflix, but there's like a YouTube channel that you have to subscribe to that has all this information of otherworldly stuff and paranormal stuff, blah, 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 blah. I'm subscribed to that, innit? So I think it was 2 years ago that I heard about this whole, they found the little bones of beings that are really, really small. And some people said, they might be aliens. And they're like, no, they fully have like human features and whatnot.
Like pygmies.
Yeah, but he doesn't want you to say pygmies. He wants you to laugh when it is that you change the name to hobbits.
No, because they're different. Like, pygmies are not 3'7" and that.
You mean the ones that you've known about?
They're alive today. The pygmy people.
The one as in the far reaches of these places where we can't go because they say, hey, don't come or else we'll kill you.
No, as in there's tribes of pygmy to our people today.
The ones that allow you to basically come close. There are ones that are in the Amazon that they're like, if you come through here, we're going to kill you.
So how do you know this then?
I've watched a lot of crap. I watch a lot of crap.
All right. Well, I'll give you half marks. Reason why.
I don't care. You don't have to give me anything. I'm just telling you, it's not a conspiracy.
All right. Well, I'm the teacher today. So based on my findings, right? My other teachers have sent me some information. I just did some Googling. And you have to go back at least 100,000 to 50,000 years ago to find some species, Homo sapiens, called Homo florensis. And basically, their brain sizes were about 420 cubic centimeters, but their height was about 1 meter and 5 centimeters to 1 meter and 10 meters and 10 centimeters, which converts to 3'6". 3'6". So I guess you were kind of right, man.
It's not a conspiracy.
No. Again, these are not modern human beings, so I'm giving you half marks. Half marks.
But neither is a dragon.
No one said the dragons are
as in
bloody
modern. Because I wasn't speaking about you can buck them in Chingford.
Yeah, of course, but still.
So now you know.
No,
now
but
you're wiser.
This is
you're not going to be laughing at people when
no,
it is
but this is different though, because these again, this is not modern human beings. We're talking about, in my analogy, I'm talking about people who look like us, but they're just 3'6".
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? 3'7". That's what I'm saying. These are not that.
And hobbits have ears and stuff, no, and big feet.
Yeah.
In Lord of the Rings, no? Mm-hmm. They're not exactly human.
Yeah, but they're still modern humans. They're just different.
So weird how you said they're still modern humans because you saw them in 2020.
Yeah, because of how they look, innit? So according to the fantasy film, they look like us. It's not like
you would say elves look like us too, right?
No, elves is a bit different though.
Because of the ears?
They got
they
magic.
Look more like us than the flipping hobbits.
But they got magic though.
You telling me your babalawos aren't magical?
That's different.
Why is it different?
I'm not too sure why, but it's different. Anyway, yes. So anyway, you guys 1.5 marks. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. For a woke joke.
Ruby Wednesday wants me to type in smallest woman so that you can see.
Okay.
Okay, smallest woman in the world. Okie dokie. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Look.
I've seen her.
I've seen her next to the tallest man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like you find, remember, like everything, like most things in life, there's like a bell curve in it. So you're gonna find extremes. But like hobbits were a civilization of people that were like that. Pygmy Twa people are their civilization, their culture, ethnicity of people just like that. Like her parents are not like this. You know what I'm saying? So we're not talking about the extremes. I know these people exist. Yeah. All right. Interesting.
All right then. Let's get into our headlines. Is that our last ones?
Yeah. All right, so our last headline. Ghana's parliament has passed highly contentious anti-LGBTQ plus bill after about 3 years of deliberations, man. The new bill imposes a prison sentence of up to 3 years for anyone convicted of identifying as LGBTQ+. It also imposes a maximum 5-year jail term for forming or funding LGBTQ+ groups. The bill was approved unanimously on Wednesday following the completion of the third reading. Proposed amendments to the bill were rejected by the Speaker, Albin Babin, during the session. Lawmakers heckled down attempts to replace prison sentences with community service and counselling. It's the latest sign of growing opposition to LGBTQ+ rights in a conservative West African nation. Remember, this came from African News. So the bill is now slated to be forwarded to the president, Akufo-Addo, for his assent for it to be signed into law. The president has in the past said that he would do so if the majority of Ghanaians want him to. Next headline, and animal activists have claimed that they've purchased and rehomed 3 pigeons from the King's Sandringham estate as they urged him to cut ties with pigeon racing. So Peter, people of the ethical treatment of animals, said that the retired birds were bought at a charity auction earlier this year with documents showing the transfer from the Royal Lofts in Norfolk. In a letter to the King, the group said they took ownership of the birds to spare further suffering and had moved them to a bird sanctuary in Wales where they're going to be receiving the royal treatment. The pigeons have been renamed Vera, Cliff and Dover in honour of Dame Vera Lynn, who backed a Peter campaign to end pigeon racing before she died in 2020. Peter has now called on the King to end the Royal Families Association with pigeon racing.
You know, I sometimes... my mind wanders when this PETA people come up, right? PETA or whatever you pronounce it. Because they care for all sorts of creatures, right? Like proper care about them. And kudos to them. Good on them. But then I wonder, if you buck one of them and find out that they are a womanizer, does it just make everything else so trivial? Are they connected at all? Do you see any connection at all?
What's that, sorry?
Because they care about everything, right?
Who?
These pigeons have been saved. You weren't listening, but it's okay. There's PETA people. They saved 2 pigeons. Okay. And they've given them a new home.
Yeah.
Right? They've retired them. Cool. And I told Emmanuel, when I hear these stories, I'm like, wow, there's some people who really care about all God's creatures, right? Like proper care. They fight for them, right? They will die for them.
Because they've got souls.
Cool. And all that is good. Fine and dandy. But when it is that you find out that one of them, like, they cheat all the time.
What,
like,
on the pigeons?
No, they don't cheat on the pigeons, but they cheat with human beings. Their work as PETA people, like, doesn't just get erased.
You're saying like the activist is a cheater?
They go out their way to save pigeons.
And
finding new homes.
Okay, 1 second. I get what you're saying.
It's a stray thought, by the way.
No, but I'm saying, you're saying that these people are pretending to be so great and thing, but in their spare time they're doing heinous
human
acts.
beings.
Oh, I'm with you now. Because I was thinking you were saying that they're saving the pigeons, but the pigeons are cheaters. I was thinking, wait there, what? I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Do you find it weird?
Because a lot of them acting holier than thou and stuff, and they'll be doing craziest things in their spare time, innit?
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know. People might be saying, they're not connected, blah, 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 blah. Why is your mind thinking like that? But my mind thinks like that.
2 things can be true at the same time, though.
100%.
And you want to take away people's acts of...
You can care more about pigeons than women's feelings.
Huh? You could be a misogynist, but be an animal rights activist. Like, two things can be true.
And I find it weird.
And the fact that you're a misogynist doesn't take away the good work the good activism that you've done for animals.
To be honest, you know, what you're saying is correct, right? Because you realize that they don't have any advocates. These pigeons don't have advocates.
There you go.
These poor pigeons don't have advocates.
None.
And whilst it is that you have the energy, you have the time, you go and save them, that doesn't mean that you can't be, you know, cheating on women. I hear you, man. I hear you. But I don't know. I think it's just because I find what they do is so interesting. It's intriguing.
Yeah, because if I was in that position, I wouldn't want to hear you talking nonsense. Like, you talking to me about me cheating. What the fuck's me cheating on my gal got to do with these pigeons I'm saving? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, they're not even the same thing, you idiot. Like, I don't even want to hear your nonsense. Like, what the hell are you? What the fuck has that got to do with all this great work I'm doing in the wild? Like, what are you talking about?
It's because they've obviously prioritized and valued pigeons' lives more than the ones that they're cheating on. But never mind. It's just a straight thought. I just found it funny, and it finds its way into our news feed. You know. Anyway, to have such gusto for a cause.
Did we finish the headlines?
There's one more quickly. Well, two boys aged. Well, Peter are going to get onto these guys, but two boys aged 11 and 12 have been arrested on suspicion of animal cruelty and burglary after police received reports that several animals had been killed at a college in West London. So the pair were arrested after officers were called to Capel Manor College in Gunnersbury Park on Sunday. Both of the boys have been bailed. The college confirmed that some animals had died and also appealed for help in finding its much-loved barn owl, Shiraz, who is now missing. So guys, if you see a owl out there, what do they do? Hoo, and that, innit? What the hell? How the hell you know how to do that?
I don't know. Was that right?
I think so.
Always out at night. That's crazy.
Yeah, in the statement, the Met Police said that officers visited the scene and viewed CCTV footage. A forensic examination was also carried out. A spokesperson for the college said that Gunnersbury Park campus experienced a break-in that resulted in damage to some of the animal areas, and sadly, some animals died.
Why are there two activist animal things in our headlights? Who's infiltrated the researchers? Is this finance work?
But yeah, that's it for the headlines, man. Time to pay the bills.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know the different pigeons, owls. It's all the same shit, man. Welcome to the reaction, people. We don't have any sports headlines for you today. But
United's back. They won yesterday, no?
Yeah, I was going to say we could have a bit of discourse about some football, but I don't actually have any stories.
There's something about boxing I want to ask you guys as well, about Canelo.
Okay, we'll get into that after then. That's cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, United won yesterday. Well, I can give you all the results, actually, because it's not just this ain't the United fan channel. Chelsea beat Leeds 3-2. United beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Brighton 1-0. And Liverpool beat Southampton 3-0. I don't know why everybody's excited that United won, because now we've got a quarter-final against Liverpool. So,
are you going to beat them, though?
I don't know, because it's sandwiched. Like, we got next week, we got the derby with City. Then after the derby, we got Liverpool. So it's tough.
That's 2 wins, I see.
Is that how you see it?
That's I 100%.
It's good. It's good that you see that.
How about you? Do you see it that way?
No.
You might draw one.
Yeah, we could potentially draw one because they're back to back. So, but it could be.
I see 2 wins.
Yeah.
See 2 wins. What do you see?
You're the oracle, innit? I'm with you.
Well,
2 wins. Yeah.
2 wins.
I'm with you, man. I see what you see.
I think you always surprise people, man. When you kind of look at these games thinking it's just gonna be a wash.
No,
Don't
but
just turn up and be like, hey, this is legacy over here.
No, but the team's in a bad way, man. It's in tatters, man. The back line's messed up. The forward line's messed up now after they just got it cooking. I mean, the midfield is not really clicking anyway. They're not really in the best form, Well, it's not terrible. They've only lost one game for the turn of the year, to be fair. But there's just something that's just not clicking, you get me? They don't want Liverpool and City back-to-back. That's not what you want. But lower averages, if they're going to get a result, the chances are they could pick it up in back-to-back games, innit? Like you're saying, one type of draw. One's a cup game, so the draw is no good anyway. So, yeah, it's tough. Don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see it. Are you in the FA Cup? No? Oh. Shame. Nothing to say about that?
No.
You don't care about the FA Cup?
I do.
But what?
But nothing.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
No, I know it, obviously. Who's in the quarterfinals? Do we even know?
There's been a lot of good press about Arsenal recently. Timber's back, Partey's back, Zinchenko's back, Tomiyasu's back.
Speak to me about this. What good press? What's been going on with you, sir?
I think
actually, you've been on a...
Of course, we've been on a flipping...
yeah, you've been on a good
win
run.
streak.
Yeah, you've been on a win streak, yeah. Yeah, okay.
And people are there saying that we're the best.
But
Playing
again...
best football. Our defence is the best.
Remember, I spoke to you about this, though. It's the fixture... It's like the fixture conjunction, the fixture...
It's been favourable for us.
Yeah, but there's a word I'm looking for. Why can't I find it? Is it the congestion? Yeah, but I use it in basketball. But anyway, the thing at the shit, man. Why is the word evading me for? There's your fixture's soft. The fixture's been soft anyway, innit?
Yeah.
The fixture's been soft, innit? So
So
what do you mean if we say so? We spoke about this
I know,
last week.
I didn't agree with you then. Okay, that's fine. And we have some tough games coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now it's going to change, innit?
Yeah.
It's going to balance itself
and now
out.
we have to, because Chelsea won yesterday. Our game with them is going to be like rescheduled, and it's going to come in between a time where is that we have a heavy workload. I think it's going to be between a Wolves and a Spurs game.
Okay. Wolves.
But like I said, our full team is back now, so
timing, habits is unlocked as well. I'm feeling it. Yeah, man, that's about it. What were you going to say about boxing, Iman?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask this question, man, because obviously we've got a lot of boxing fans out there that listen to TDM. And obviously us in the room, we love boxing as well. And we're seeing a lot of speculation out there about Canelo not wanting to fight Benavidez. Everyone's saying he's ducking this, that, and the third, even though his resume doesn't really speak to him being the type of person that ducks fighters, right? However, I do want to pose this question to you guys. Do you feel like Canelo is ducking Benavidez, or are we holding him to a different standard that everybody else wouldn't necessarily be held to if they were in his position? Let me break it down to you, yeah? So basically, apparently this is the story. He, because of the type of boxing he is, the face of boxing, he agreed a certain deal with PBC, right? Brent, you following there?
PBC, boxing,
Yes.
agreed.
Huh?
Agreed.
Okay, cool. So he agreed a deal with PBC saying, give me 35 million. This is my minimums. Whoever I'm fighting, this is the minimum that I'm getting. And they've pretty much agreed that, okay, cool. These are the next 3 fighters that we're going to give you. Charlo, the other Charlo brother, and I think it's Munguia, right? So these 3 boxers, for example, 35 million each, minimum. People are now saying, wait a minute, we want you to fight Benavidez, which is what everybody wants to see happen, right? Everybody does. But he's saying, wait a minute, if you want me to fight Benavidez, give me more money, right? Or we can talk about that later because that's not part of the 35 million contract that I signed. I'm agreeing with you 35 million for these particular guys. If it comes to Benavidez, you can't swap one of them out. You can't tell me, okay, look, we'll give you 35 million.
Was it 35 million per fight, or was it for those actual fighters?
I think it is per fighter, you know. I think it is.
No, but like, I'm saying, because things like parts move and stuff, innit? So how would his contract be for those fighters? Like anything could happen, like injuries, this, that, the fight not be able to get made, innit? So how would the contract be for those specific fighters?
I think it might have been like a loose agreement. So it might have been a thing where, okay, cool, these are the next 3 that I'm agreeing to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, provided nothing out of the ordinary happens, I want 35 million for these people as a minimum. You know what I'm saying? So in his head, he's thinking Charlo's one of them. The other Charlo brother's the next one. And this other guy, Munguia, is the next one, right? Cool. And now people are saying, well, to be fair, it's not just now. People have been saying we wanted to fight Benavidez for the time, to be fair. But I guess from his perspective, he might be seeing it as, wait a minute, if that's the case, then don't give me 35 million for this. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. Or let's deal with the contract that we've got here first. Because at the end of the day, he's on the tail end of his career now. He's probably got, I don't know, I think I heard him say he wants to fight for a maximum 5 more years. So, 3 to 5 more years. So if that's the case, right, is it wrong for him to say, wait a minute, I want my 35 million for these guys? And then we can speak about Benavidez afterwards. And what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or does the boxing community deserve the right to say he's ducking Benavidez? Okay, we got someone calling up. Are they in?
Hello?
Hello?
Morning, how's it going?
Good morning. You alright?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just wanted to quickly,
we can't hear
the
you,
whole situation.
Keep calling the line. It's not the line that we're using.
Can you call via the Discord?
I'm not on Discord. I can call WhatsApp and see if I have a connection.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So.
Quite much thing sound like he's hiding extradition.
So if you're asking me, I think that is this fella, he's top bill.
Who? Canelo. Yeah.
Oh, Canelo.
Yeah.
Canelo could do whatever he wants, man. Whatever he wants.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Morning.
Okay, yeah. So, sorry?
Good morning.
Good morning. This is RJ.
Cool.
Okay, big up, man.
I was going to say, I'm on Canelo's ducking.
Okay. Why?
Only because with the Canelo situation, Small Charlo wasn't in the initial contract. If they're saying, listen, this was like, you gave me 3 opponents I was meant to face for a certain amount, yeah, and then we can renegotiate, that's fair, he stuck to it. But he faced a smaller Charlo twin, which wasn't part of the initial contract. If I remember correctly, it was meant to be Big Charlo, but man's going through it right now in life. So then my thing is, if that's the case, then renegotiate for David Benavidez then, because you can renegotiate for Small Charlo and they're both in the same network. Because then if he leaves PBC right now, they can't negotiate with David Benavidez because he's on a different network. So it's just like the same way you renegotiated for Small Charlo, you can renegotiate for David Benavidez. I'm sorry, man. Even his resume is sick. Everything he's done before is sick, but that is a duck because this is beyond money, because I'm not trying to be funny. Out of all the other potential people that he's going to face, no one cares about them.
Yeah.
No one cares about them. You can't say other people are going to make me more money. You can't say other people make more sense, because Benavidez is not only interim champion, he's a mandatory as well. So it's like, for me, you're just finding an excuse to duck him. That's the way I see it.
But the reason why I was saying or asking the question of, do you feel like we're holding him to a different standard, is because in other areas of life, if somebody set up a contract with someone, even if it was a loose contract, you wouldn't expect somebody to be asked to amend that same contract for a tougher job. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I agree with what you're saying. You could just I guess renegotiate for Benavidez, right? But if somebody's put something down on the table for you and say this is the situation, if you want me to change it, surely it's going to be someone with the same sort of caliber or less. Wouldn't everybody do that?
Yes and no, because for the simple fact that you renegotiated for Small Charlo. So it's different. If he never renegotiated in the first place, then fair enough. But it's like, the moment you came into the contract, you renegotiated to face Jamel Charlo, even though Jamal's the bigger one. And both of them ain't even in your weight class. So now, yes, you could. My thing is this year, to renegotiate for a bigger contract, is it that hard than leaving?
You know, the thing is
that's my thing.
I also think PBC don't have the money to pay him that much.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Them lot are Brock. Listen, the only people they can manage right now is Tank and Errol Spence, because apparently Terence Crawford is leaving as well now.
Imagine.
I don't think PBC's got the money. I don't think no one. This is one thing people got to realize as well. Yeah, outside of the Saudi bag, there's no money in boxing.
Yeah.
The boxing money is drying up. As soon as Canelo leaves, as soon as AJ leaves, all them big pay-per-view money stuff is gone. All this money that people think is in boxing, it is done.
Yeah.
Because, no one really cares about boxing outside of the stars, unfortunately. And if it keeps on going down that way, there people are going to have to renegotiate how much. Because even saying 35 mil flat fee for Canelo, I'm like, where are they getting this money from? This is money laundering. There's no way, brother, unless the Saudis are involved, there's no way I can see anyone raising 35 mil for Canelo. And not even Eddie Hearn as well, but Eddie's probably going to get him, I don't know, a better deal on the back end with pay-per-view and that. Because I don't know how anyone's going to generate 35 mil to face Canelo. And that's just for Canelo.
Yeah.
Then you got to generate the money for the other opponent. I can't see where the money is in it.
Yeah.
But in regards to Benavidez, it is looking like a duck. I think the issue is if Canelo came out and just said, listen, get the money right and I'll face him, then it's not a duck. But the fact that he keeps on like avoiding bringing him up, mentioning his name, mentioning other people, now, it's looking like a duck. Because how you speak on lesser people, but you can't speak on Benavidez.
Yeah.
It looks like a duck.
That is true. And apparently, according to Benavidez' dad as well, they offered Benavidez 5 mil. They said, listen, we're going to give you 5 million. That's it. Take it or leave it. No more, no less. And Benavidez said yes. Benavidez said yes.
Oh?
Yeah. And then nothing was heard back from Canelo's team, man.
That's a duck then.
Yeah.
Listen, if it quacks like one, if it quacks like one, you hate to see it, because don't get me wrong, Canelo's the guy, you hate to see it, but if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, man. But boy, let me leave you guys to it anyway.
In fact, last question before you go, who would win in that fight?
I think it's a 50-50 fight, and I think that's why Canelo don't want to... I think Canelo's not in the prime of his career. He's in the twilight of his career. Yeah. And I think it will burn him more to lose to someone. If Canelo was to lose him, he'll probably think to himself, right, in my prime, I would have beaten you up. But you're not in your prime. So it's a risky fight. It is a very risky fight. It's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But I don't like how some boxers try to do this thing. It's like when Tank Davis does the rehydration clause.
Yeah.
If you're the best, then you're the best. Don't be doing no rehydration clause or anything. I think, especially after the Bivol loss to Canelo, I don't think he wants to feel like that again. So he's doing everything to put in his advantage. And I'm just like, I get it, but it's like, brother, if you're not the best, relinquish all your belts and fight the fun fights that you want. But don't be holding. I think that's the only issue, because I think some people try to compare it to Floyd when they're just like, but look how Floyd was moving at the end of his career. Floyd gave up all the belts.
Yep.
He gave up the belts. He didn't hold up the division. So if Canelo wants to do what Floyd did near the end of his career and fight fun fights, let go of the belts, let other people become champions and do your thing. But you can't hold up the division and then be like, wow, why is everyone complaining at me? The people are trying to be world champion. You're the champion, so...
Yeah, that's true.
It is what it is.
100%. Benavidez shouldn't have to move up to 175 to try and get a belt. It's ridiculous.
See, that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Because then if Canelo chases Benavidez as well, we're going to look at you funny again, because why didn't you chase Bivol up there again?
True.
But he's looking funny in the light, but shout out my guy Canelo still.
All right, man. Appreciate that, RJ, man.
Thank you.
All right, love as always, man.
Take care.
Peace.
All right.
Who would win it, man?
Honestly, I put money on Benavidez, Like RJ was saying, and like I was saying yesterday, it's too tough a fight, man. I don't think Canelo's in the frame of mind to go through that war. It will be a war. You know what I'm saying? And I think it will be the toughest fight he's had of his career. And it won't be one of those fights where it's like, okay, I can't get to this guy. He's so elusive. No, this guy is just pure volume punching. and he just stops everyone. You know what I'm saying? And a few years back, I would say Canelo, but I feel like Canelo he golfs too much, not too much, but he's become more civilized. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's been boxing professionally since he was like 15. He's had like a proper long career already. So I don't think he's in a frame of mind, man. And it's just like an unnecessary beating, because at the end of the day, my question to people would be simply this. If he doesn't fight Benavidez, is he one of the best boxers of all time? And I think the answer is yes. If he fights Benavidez and he loses, or he wins, pardon me, would he be one of the best boxers of all time? Yes. The answer is the same. So it's like, his point of view is, then what do I really gain from this? You know what I'm saying? Except the money, which I can get the same money to fight Charlo. Why do it? So unfortunately, that's how boxing's become, but it is what it is. But like RJ was saying, man, he just needs to let go of the belts. Let go of the belts. Let everyone continue to fight for the belts, man. That's it. You know? But yeah, I guess that's it for the reaction, man.
All right, then. Let's get into Out Ere. Controversial that I want you to discuss. I don't know if it's appropriate for this platform, though. But let's see. Her artwork. I want you to tell me if this is racism. There's an artist, the Black Queen. She's got art she's been doing, and the art's been pretty controversial. And apparently they tried to make out that she's transphobic. But I don't know. I haven't done much interest in it. But look at her art here. Can you make some of them art this big? Her art's controversial. What do you sort of think about this?
Oh, the left breast is doing noodles.
It's cooking food. But obviously the breast feed anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So there's is she landing here? Quick to the one, the other one's Brent. This one here, I think a lot of women in the chat could relate to this one.
As in
It's bondage, just slaves to the cocky. I think is that what she's going for?
yeah, but it's like a whip. No, it's not. Hanging from the willy. Hung. That's the title of this piece. Maybe I love this piece the most. Hung.
Said hung.
Well hung, boy.
What about the other one? The first one. This one is the first one. No, we'll go back again. There's another way. There must be another one.
What's holding the
fork?
Spatula thing.
The clit.
All right, it's a ring thing. Oh, okay. It's like a hoop.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's talented, man.
Going to the first one. Click it back. No, go back again. There's one more, because obviously Black woman is life. Here we go. This, you understand what she's saying here, innit? Mother Earth.
World boss.
I said world boss.
This is accurate, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's accurate.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's controversial or?
Yeah, it's controversial because it's like.
Because it's nudity.
Macabre and yeah. Well,
but essentially, the message is.
They're saying she's a witch.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
She does have a look about her. It's a strong look, actually. I like her hair as well.
Yeah, she looks focused.
Yeah.
But angry too.
Don't throw those tropes around. World boss. Yeah, no, so I just wanted to put it out there to the community so we can get a feel of it. I want to know if it was racism, the fact that they're hating on this Black Queen and her right to express herself.
But this is just her. This is the depiction of her. This is the same people. Look, the picture and her. Even the abs.
I hear what you're saying.
Painted herself.
So what do you think this picture means? I mean, this one here is, that one there is poignant. But what do you think this one means?
I think, like you were saying before, like, the Black woman is a source of life, man. Like, nourishing, sustaining. You know, this is what I was saying. The Black woman is the greatest representation of God, man, that they could ever be. And I think that's a perfect depiction of it.
What do you think the symbolism of that particular stool that she's standing on is? Why is she standing on a stool? For the pussy to reach the pot.
I mean, it's kind of crouched, so if she's just straight, she probably would reach.
She's just straight in her legs.
Yeah.
But she's showing the Megan Thee Stallion needle, though.
I wish Esther was.
I think she's saying, even though I'm cooking, you could still put me on a pedestal.
Oh.
You'll have me on a pedestal cooking.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll claim that I'm on a pedestal bullock.
Exactly.
Cooking with my cunt.
What is wrong with you?
No, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with this painting. It's speaking to me. And I'm conveying. This is pure art here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know why she's getting so much grief, to be honest.
I don't know why she's getting grief.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the women. I think it's the last one that the women are probably giving a lot of pushback to because they could just relate so much. You get what I'm trying to say? But hung. It's bondage. I suppose it speaks to just the times that we're living in, innit?
Yeah, for real.
This one here is deep, you know.
Yeah, it is.
This one here is deep, man.
Is that a mattress or a tabletop?
Red tabletop, probably.
The significance of the color?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to share that and just put, you know, because we don't never really get into our art bag. You know what I'm trying to say? I wanted to show people that we're cultured and just have a real bit.
This is sad, though. This image is sad. This image. And see how she's kind of rubbed off the head? It's like smudged.
What do you think she meant by that?
I don't know, you know, but I mean, give me a second. You know, one man said just a tip. So she's like, just a tip. Look, I'm dead now. This is a sad image, though, man.
I think everybody who's been cussing her and been taking the piss out of her work is done at Air.
Yep.
That's what I think. Honestly, if I had to go, that's the route that I would go down. That was clearly a work of art. Talented black woman. Can we all agree?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Let me just see. There's a breakdown here. Someone's breakdown. The artist is Letitia Kai. Painting 1 is about women's amazing ability to give birth to basically the entire world. And this ability being far from rewarding because of not only the general risk of childbirth, but also normalized obstetric violence, with an emphasis on the Ivory Coast, as this is where the artist is from and where it's okay for midwives to physically abuse a woman in labor to keep her lucid. Painting 2 is captioned with "A woman's place is in the kitchen," and it's basically an indictment of the patriarchy and gender roles. Quote, "If logically our place is only there, it's because we surely cook with attributes men don't have that makes them unable to be there too." Painting 3 is a metaphor for sexual assault, though it's also a perfect representation of the ungratefulness of the patriarchy, in my opinion.
I didn't get that.
I mean, she's just giving her take. You understand? We're all art critics.
Yeah.
All 3 intentions are obvious and obviously needed to be reiterated through art or any other means, and the unintelligent comments and quote retweets are exactly why.
Let her land. I don't know about her interpretation of the last one. I think that was a representation of the female's bondage with manhood. But you know, art is to be interpreted, isn't it? So there we go. Until we speak to the artist, we won't know what she's really trying to convey. But here. So yeah. But anybody making stupid comments about that beautiful art, it's done it here. Let's get into our outro, man. man, because the men be choking us.
Oh man.
Truth.
Oh, I hope I have enlightened you today, man. Thank you for taking part in a great show. Thanks for everybody that got involved in the chat, like the videos, that's sharing, and everybody that's subscribed. Everybody's used the Discord. That was smooth. That was smooth.
It was.
We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow for a great show. Peace out, people.
Later.
Peace.